Oh, fuck. It doesn't fit it, bro. It's too big. It's too big. Ah, no, I'll put it on the screen. I'll put it on the screen. Whatever. Make it smaller. Dude, it's too advanced. I'd have to like move the whole thing around. It's too advanced. I can't be bothered. It is what it is. I'll do the bingo. We will do the bingo, but I'll do it after the thing. Or maybe I'll do it like you just can't see it. I'll just do it and you guys can't see it. Yeah, nah, you're right. All right. All right, boys. Yeah, wait, what the fuck? Isn't it now? Wait, where'd the counter go? What the fuck? Yo, chat, this could be huge. This could be massive. This could be massive and huge. Where'd my shit go? Oh, it's on here, bro. This is what we're hoping for, chat. We're hoping for this. The season mechanic isn't just a small mod, but an actual in-game activity. Season 1 does not clash with XLCon. Large splash-based upgrade, new in-game bosses, new Paragon boards, an SSF flag, item level equip fix, new unique and legendaries, removal of all cheat deaths from the game. Score of Escape is rarer and works as crash and DC protection. Basic loot filtering, make items.
Hello.
That's it? That's how you open? Hello.
I'm going to do that every single time.
Hello.
Welcome to another Diablo developer update live stream. My name is Adam Fletcher. I am the community director for the Diablo franchise. We've got some wonderful people here. We just have Rod.
Yeah, well,
Rod.
Not part of the wonderful crew, I guess.
Yeah. He decided to insert himself as of yesterday, so...
What is the power? If you have power, you should use it whenever possible, and I've decided to.
So we have Rod here, who is, of course, the general manager of the Diablo
Universe.
Universe.
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way.
All
to say
things Diablo.
Can't use the word franchise.
Pierre's not here now.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. And of course, we have Chris Leal.
Lead UX designer on Immortal.
And Ryan Quinn.
Hi, I'm senior narrative designer on Immortal.
Nice.
So we are actually starting off today's show with some Diablo Immortal conversations. Also, I do want to mention we're using new fancy mics today. We've been joking around, and I call them the Britney Spears mic.
Right.
Rod calls them the Janet Jackson mic.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Miss Jackson.
It's because I'm older.
Rod, but is not wearing one of them.
It doesn't take a genius to see the size of my head, and the ability to put that little wire around this size of noggin is impossible. So therefore, I've passed.
Disappointing. But he does have a really good impression of Britney Spears.
I am not doing it now.
Oh.
I am not doing it.
Okay, maybe we can get it out of him.
I'll knot my shirt later. It'll be great.
Maybe we can get it out of him during Q&A. Someone asked that question in Twitch chat. We'll make sure to bring that up during Q&A. And there you go. You're just on the spot and you have to answer it. So.
I think it's important that, like, last time you clarified what we were doing was the campfire, which is more of a casual, we're just kind of giving updates. You know, we just want to be able to talk to the community.
Yes.
This is more of a developer stream, so it's a bit more official.
Yes.
But one of the things we wanted to recognize too is that, like, as a family of games, there's lots of cool stuff happening within in Diablo, and so we don't always want to just be focused on just D4. Anytime there's something big or really interesting happening within Diablo, we want to be able to talk about it. You know, I could imagine we're going to have a season 29 conversation for Diablo 3 at some point in the future.
Oh no, you're not, dude.
One of the things
no,
we're going to look at,
not.
one to do today is not just talk
not.
about. You know, we are definitely going to talk about season 1 on Diablo 4, and for some reason, Adam has structured this to be as tantric as possible. We'll get there. Trust us. But it's going to take a minute. So what we really want to look at as well is we want to talk about a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about what's the preseason before we go into season 1. We're going to talk about what's going on with D4 today because we actually have some news about today. Another tease, didn't mean that. And and then we want to talk a little bit about Diablo Immortal because something pretty incredible is happening in Diablo Immortal, which is in nearly a decade we're having our first new Diablo character class being revealed, and we wanted to reveal it here on this stream. So, you know, one of the great things about Blizzard is the SFD team, Story and Franchise, and Blizzard Video, and everything that they do around cinematics. And we thought, how could we introduce a new character class without having a kick-ass
it's cinematic
video to go
for
with it?
Diablo
So,
Immortal,
without further
guys.
ado, may we present to you the new Diablo character class coming to Diablo Immortal very, very soon.
Whoa. Oh, shit. Here we go, guys. Diablo Immortal Cinematic, guys. PogChamps already. Why is this shit lagging?
Darkness has always been with us.
It's just lagging.
And humanity is right to fear it.
Dude, this shit's lagging.
The darkness wants to consume you and all you love. But my kind claim its power and wield it in defiance. Humanity is right to fear the darkness. But I am a blood knight, and the darkness fears me.
I'll be honest. Oh, this looks so dog shit. Oh, man, I'd forgotten that Diablo model existed, dude. Oh! Oh, what the fuck am I looking at? Diablo 3D Forge. Take all your money edition. Buy now. 99% off sale. Is it lagging? Was Chat complaining about it lagging, by the way? Fixed mob density, not immortal, we want.
And there we have it.
The chat's broken.
The new class coming to Diablo and Diablo Immortal. It's the Blood Knight.
July 13th.
July 13th.
That's
A little over a week away.
Exactly.
Sounds like there might have been some encoding issues.
Exactly. Yeah, I know that some people are talking about there's a little bit of hitching on it and so forth. I will say that we actually do have that trailer that will be on a blog on DiabloImmortal.com immediately after the stream, so people can actually check it out. It will be on YouTube along with all the details that we're about to talk about.
So lame.
We just like to get ahead of ourselves.
Sure.
That's all.
It's an sleep.
Obviously, first new class to the Diablo universe in nearly 10 years. I think there's a lot of questions in regards to like the story and so forth behind the Blood Knight. Ryan, give us a little bit of background regarding the Blood Knight itself.
Yeah, sure. So I think historically, when we released DI, we released it with these sort of six very familiar, very stalwart classes that all of us love, that many of us have been playing for decades. And it's great to kind of indulge in that nostalgia. It's great to get that dopamine hit of playing a classic. But after 6 classes, it left us with the opportunity to do something that felt really new and different. To do a supernatural class that's kind of monstrous, that does things that our other dark classes like the Necromancer and the Demon Hunter don't do. And so we're really, really stoked about the opportunity to release the Blood Knight on everybody.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I know, like, obviously everyone's kind of seeing the Blood Knight and they're thinking, like, is this, like, vampiric in some sort of way? Or, like, how does this fit in with the actual lore within Diablo?
Right, so the fine details are Blood Knights and vampires are intertwined. On Sanctuary, vampires are kind of like living plagues. They go from hunting ground to hunting ground. They kill people, they bite people. And sometimes people who they've bitten, they suffer this monstrous transformation. They start to devolve into what we call thralls, kind of like lesser vampiric beings, long teeth, hunger for blood, all that stuff. And a Blood Knight is a person who, through means of an ancient ritual, has that curse of thraldom arrested inside them, frozen essentially in place. They get some advantages, but they get some drawbacks too.
What do you mean the curse of turning into a thrall is a drawback?
Well, their thraldom is essentially on pause. So basically what happens is a Blood Knight also is naturally strong and fast, can see in the dark, can smell blood from a mile away, doesn't age anymore, as you've seen in the concept art, very fancy. But on the flip side,
dude,
you know,
this is like announcing Diablo Immortal at BlizzCon. This is what is happening right now. Like, nobody likes this. Everybody hates this. It's tone deaf as fuck. The people who are tuning into this are like hardcore Diablo 4 guys. We don't give a fuck about some dog shit ass mobile game.
An abomination, a monstrous
don't give a
darkness
fuck.
that hungers for violence. And in order to tamp that down, in order to slow their transformation further, they have to perform a ritual that keeps it.
And I've got to say, in all honesty,
cinematic characters right here.
Oh, the chain, yeah.
it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
A link to their past.
Yeah. It's got a memento within of the last place that
Cover
they
it up!
became truly human.
Oh my god!
And so every morning, noon, and night, they're doing ablutions with this thing to hopefully continue to keep the darkness at bay. But it's a process.
Right.
The ritual, it's hearsay. It's been passed down for hundreds of years. And for basically every Blood Knight, it
Did I get any of my
may
bingos,
fail
guys?
at some point. All Blood Knights are doomed to one day succumb to their curse.
And they don't know if that's one day, one
No.
year, 1,000 years.
Could
They
be
don't know.
centuries,
Right, yeah.
right? They're very, very long lived. What they do know and
my
what
God.
they pledge on
Oh my God.
is that they're going to use
my God.
all of the time they
We're
have
literally
left
doing a deep dive in Raid Shadow
to
Legends
push
right now.
back the
It's like
darkness. And ultimately for them, since that is such an uncertain
it's
question.
a deep dive on like a Raid Shadow Legends character they're adding in, except it's worse than Raid Shadow Legends because the monetization is actually more predatory than Raid Shadow Legends. Like actually, that's currently what's happening right now. We're watching this right now. Like this is a cell phone game scam, pseudo gambling fucking advert right now.
At the same time, they're very pretty. I've been joking about it. I'm like, oh, look, they're so pretty.
If you were going to turn into a monster, you'd want to stop
Well,
right
it's
here,
funny
right?
because they're very gorgeous here, and then they turn into the abomination, which is really funny to see. So it's like a complete opposite of what it is.
I mean, you mentioned the abomination. I think we saw the Blood Knight turn into this creature during that. So what actually is going on here? Like this is I guess Chris will talk eventually about how an abomination comes to me, but this is basically them tapping into what's inside them to change form.
Yeah, they're letting the curse off the leash just a little bit. It's going to grant them extreme power in the short term.
Separate this from the D4 shit, or at least do the D4 shit and then do the fucking Diablo Immortal ad at the end. Okay? Do I have to be the one to fucking tell you this? I thought this was going to be like a 2-minute fucking thing where they play a trailer and then they're like, all right, fuck that game. But they're just deep diving some dog shit nobody fucking cares about. Okay.
Yeah, so the Blood Knight is actually a melee hybrid class, meaning there's tons of up-close combat with polearms. However, they have a host of shadow and blood abilities they can use to manipulate the battlefield in their favor. I think the drawback of Blood Knights might be that players that start playing it might feel that their mobility is limited. However, they have tons of legendary essences to help them improve the ability to close the gap on enemies, as well as life-stealing abilities to help them sustain themselves in lengthy combat sequences.
Got it. So like in combat more often, close combat, so they're essentially taking more damage, but then they have abilities themselves to actually essentially drain, as we can see, kind of like life from others, essentially replenish their life while they're in combat.
The kebab attack, as I like to call it.
The skewer.
The skewer attack is my favorite thing right now. I was like, so what's happening there? We saw it in the trailer. We see it here as well, is where they're basically able to stab an enemy, smash it around like as it's on the end of a hammer. So that's you're like Chris is like, yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah,
You
that's
defined it.
It's pretty awesome.
But it
Like,
actually
I
has
don't
a
like my
stun
phone.
as well, right? It's not just the attack on the one thing that you skewered. It actually it has an area effect.
Bro, stop talking
Yeah,
about this.
so the Blood Knight stabs their polearm forward into the closest enemy, then swings overhead the enemy and slams it into the ground, stunning everyone in a small AoE. And there are also legendary essences that let you lunge
Let's do it
forward
with the timing.
or actually leap to perform the slam.
Nobody wants this realistically, but let's do
Yeah, it's
D4.
awesome.
And then I know, like, of course,
Does Blood
with every
Knight
class
drop
in,
from 25
Immortal, they all
centimeters?
have different ultimates depending on their primary attack skills and so forth. Like, what kind of 2 different ultimates can we expect with the Blood Knight?
How do I do
Yeah,
like
we can
laughing?
talk a bit about the primary attacks. The first is
Sideways
Ravage.
laughing while crying emoji,
they're
reply.
Basically swinging their polearm around in a 3-hit combo, and right here is the ultimate where they become a 5-hit combo with a stun at the end. And
Dual wielding pole arms. That's I like.
And the other primary attack they have is called Shadow's Edge. It's quite a unique one. It's the first in Immortal where the in melee range,
What?
the Blood
It's in
Knight
my
will do
game
a
right now,
slash,
bro.
and for enemies that are further away, they'll have to throw the dagger
fuck is
forward.
this?
And there are legendary essences that add
going on
damage over
here?
time or make the dagger ricochet.
This is better
Nice. So
gameplay,
you can
dude.
essentially, it's good room
Whoa,
clear
whoa,
type of abilities is what I'm hearing. So if you got
whoa,
a ton of mobs in front of you, especially if the daggers are ricocheting and you mentioned piercing and so forth with the ultimate and everything, you can essentially clear out whole things with that. So it's awesome to hear. I know, as you mentioned beforehand, tons of
Where we're gonna go next?
legendary
Where we're
essences and everything that are associated to kind of modify skills. I know, and we're even seeing here, this is like the abomination that we were talking about
Holy
beforehand.
shit!
Why would I want to become the abomination? What do I get?
Look at this gameplay. It's
So I'll talk
crazy,
about the abomination a
bro.
bit. The way it works is it is a
This is
transformative
fucking
skill
crazy!
that requires the defeating enemies to fill the bar, much like your ultimate.
Right.
Oh
However,
my
it happens much
god,
more often,
bro.
and it then transforms your entire skill bar
this one?
into
Whoa.
a new primary attack, followed by two specific
Holy
skills: a blood rush,
shit.
where the Blood Knight actually dashes forward in a ball of blood. And then there's a 3-hit combo attack where if on the last hit they fly into the air and slam the ground.
Man, I hope they fix any coding issues to the default gameplay.
Nice.
I hope they fix it
Nice,
because
that's
it's
awesome to
cringe.
see. I think the
2 FPS gameplay of the
with
mobile
this
game.
update that's coming out on
Right, your
the
Legends.
13th and the Blood Knight itself, and there are like even other components and that are kind of going to be coming with this actual update. Do you guys have any like additional information on?
Well, there's ways to play it, right? Like,
Yeah.
so the things that's really interesting. Like, this is, I think, having a new character class introduced on basically the anniversary of Diablo Immortal is really exciting. Like, it's a great way to celebrate 1 year that Immortal has been at. It's hard to believe it's already been a year. It's crazy. But so having a new character, but I've been like a whirlwind barbarian for a year now, and loving that. And so now I'm going to obviously.
Just muted him. Yo, Diablo Immortal is fucking trash, dog. It's fucking trash. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody fucking cares.
Barbarian and turn it into a Blood Knight, yes? Because there's basically
Yes.
3 ways. We have the player who's been playing for a year like myself, we have the new player, and we have the test driver, right, is the way to think about that. So maybe you can go through that.
Yeah, totally. So
Please.
if you're brand new to Immortal and have never played before, you can play the Blood Knight right out of the gate, create a new character
Wait.
completely free.
Free?
And start with the main story complete with custom Blood Knight VO lines.
Don't
for
get
all
baited,
the
chat.
main
It's not
quests.
free. It's a
And
bait.
for players like Rod who have been
It's
playing
a
for a
bait.
while and want to
No.
convert to this class,
They're gonna say it's free, dude, and then what you're gonna go in, and it's gonna say 99% off. Just buy this small little thing. Next minute you'll be like, oh man, that's a good deal. And then you'll have to buy some fucking points. But then to buy some points, you'll be like a pack, and it's like slightly more efficient. You get the bigger pack, and then you look at the bigger pack and you'll be like, well, if I had that pack, I could buy this thing. But then there'll be an even next pack that you're just a little point off. So then you have to get the pack after that to get the pack to buy the next thing. And then it'll be at next minute you're buying $100 pack. And then you just immediately spend it. You get a dopamine hit. You'll be like, "Fuck, man, that felt good." And then you're gonna buy another pack. And then what next thing you'll know, you'll be running $25 rifts over and over and over and over and over again. And you'll have to spend your entire life savings on a dog shit ass predatory mobile game that sucks dick.
Fracture Plane.
so Fractured Plane is basically a roguelite inside of Immortal where you're able to try
do
out
it.
all the skills and abilities
Don't do
and
it.
build towards 15 levels of defeating enemies just to try out different skills.
You basically start with a fresh class, and so you're taking your character. Like I have a very specific build with very specific gear. But if I wanted to go play Fractured Planes, it says, "Oh, you're a barbarian. Here's some random skills. See how far you can get with this," and you build up your gear and stuff as you're playing through this roguelike experience. Yeah.
Exactly.
And so now for the Blood Knight
Fuck me.
introduction, you've created
Fuck.
Crimson Planes, which is a version of the same experience to go and test drive all the different Blood Knight skills.
Exactly. So you'll be able to try out different skills and legendary essences without actually committing to changing to the class. So just try it out, see if you like it, and if you do, there's always class change available.
Nice.
Nice, that's awesome to hear. So we have, and we have other things like I mentioned that are coming in this actual update. I know that for any new player that's coming in, of course they can create a Blood Knight, how we mentioned beforehand, customize it. Or they can create a new character if they would like to do it that way as well. But I know we have like a new legendary gem that's going to be coming in this actual update as well. And then we even have just other like items associated with this specific patch that'll be hitting as
full set
well.
of legendaries.
Bro,
Exactly.
we are watching the extended raid trailer ever right now, chat.
In the blog, yeah.
Oh my God.
For the Blood Knight
Please.
on our blog immediately after the stream. So you guys can check out the cinematic trailer that we showed off for the Blood Knight earlier on that blog, and of course read all the details about what's coming in this update that is hitting on the 13th of July. So soon. It's crazy. So
I think I might tweet it.
We're super stoked. The cinematic is amazing, by the way. I just want to like.
Why are you,
highlight.
for people who didn't get to see it in full frame rate, you're basically rubbing their noses right now.
Essentially, yeah, like
Go watch it again, please.
See it in the Blizzard Cinematics team. Amazing team. That cinematic is great. Nothing like seeing blood splattered all over some stained glass.
Wait.
Diablo. So, makes perfect sense. It's great. But we are super stoked. So yeah, July 13th is when it's going to be coming out, and then of course,
someone ban these fucking titty spammers.
DiabloMortal.com immediately after the stream. We'll have a blog up there for people to check out. All the
Yeah,
details.
congratulations, guys, on the year. It's been an amazing year for Immortal, and I think people who maybe tried it at launch and haven't gone back to take a look at it, like basically every quarter we do major updates and really change the game. So the ability to craft set items, the ability to take your duplicate legendaries and turn that into a currency so that you can make your current legend stronger, and the way that you do dungeons now, like and the tower, the clan play, like there's just so much else going on. So it's a free-to-play game. If you want to go check it out just to see all the changes, like I said, there's been in a year. It's a completely different game in the sense of the different ways that you can approach the content, which is exciting. But hearing the fact that you fully recorded all VO for the Blood Knight for the campaign, I think it'll be exciting to go back and start over.
Yeah, it's about 2,000 lines in total. We've got a pair of really awesome voice actors, Abby Trott and Ben Prendergast. Absolutely killed it as the Blood Knight. It's just
feedback for Diablo,
and bloodlust, and
most people who tune into Dev deep dive live streams.
I was going to say
to win mobile games.
Our Act 3 villain in Darkwood. Some interesting perspectives there. But yeah, I don't think there's ever really been a better time to re-roll to start a new run through the main story.
Shit.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much, and congratulations.
Thanks so much, Rod. We're stoked.
And we're going to be now switching over to D4 content. We're actually going to take like a really short break because we got to swap people in. This room is only so big, and we also need mics off of people and everything. But we're going to be swapping in into our Diablo 4 segment. So we'll see you here in a minute or so.
Would be 900,000%. Okay, it would be much better to just keep them totally separate, or just put the mobile trash and the ant. Yo, feedback for Diablo. Okay, here we go. What do you guys think? Feedback for Diablo. Right, we'll turn it into a deep dive live stream.
May we fight true in His holy name. Blessed be the light.
I'll say it again, bro. Say it, bro. Say it, bro. I said it, bro. That's loud, dude. feedback's so good. Turn it louder! No. At least they're doing it loud enough. I'm gonna hit 5 this stream just to be safe. That, like, you know.
I have returned to hell for you.
And we're back.
What happened to the awkward hello? You're supposed to go, hello.
That's going to be my intro for
I'm
everything.
technically not back.
Wait.
Well, you are technically back. I mean, you were in other streams and other times.
Correct.
I'm not back. I'm new.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Tim is new. Tim also has the best voice in the world.
Yeah. Wow.
So
really nice.
Tim is just going to talk for the rest of the stream.
Wow,
And-
I didn't prepare for that at all.
Surprise.
Maybe you should actually introduce people.
Yes,
Or?
I will introduce people. We are now joined by our wonderful Diablo 4 developers.
Let's go, gamers.
We have Tim Ismay. May I introduce you?
Okay.
Hello, Tim Ismay. I'm one of the lead producers on Diablo 4, specifically focused on seasons. I say that because if you ask me questions outside of the season's context, I have no idea what's going on.
And you said plural.
What?
He said
Wait,
plural.
there's more than one
I-
season.
I'm
Tim?
trying to build more than one season. Yeah.
There is
What?
more than one
That's-
season.
what?
That's going to be we're reviewing
What?
that.
Or
Why would he
that's
ne-
job
what?
security right there.
I'm actually just asking. for
That
it.
sounds bad.
Wait, we're supposed to be thinking about job security?
And we have
Oh,
a
yeah.
familiar face.
Joey
Yes,
P.
yes, I'm Joe Papora.
JP.
I'm the Associate Game Director for the live service, and I'm excited to talk about Season 1 today, at last.
But first,
But first,
Oh, but first, that's right.
because Adam has built everything
Turn
possible to
Rob
talk
down.
about,
Start-
except
turn
the
on
season.
Joey
We
P.
never start talking about seasons until we talk about something
Mute
else
Rod.
first. But there are cool things.
Turn
to
up
talk
Joey
about.
P.
Correct. We, obviously it's been a
Mute.
little over a month since Diablo 4's launched.
It's only been a month.
Is it? Well, if you include
No,
like, early
but you're
access-
right. It is.
Yeah.
Like, I always, the amount of feedback we get about, like, hey, this thing, and you're like, it's been like 5
I just gave
weeks.
feedback just
Like,
now.
yeah, give us a second.
Exactly.
So-
It has been a month, a little bit more than a month, since Diablo 4 has
Wait,
actually
how did you
launched.
guys get a season done in 4 weeks? That's incredible.
We started it well before the game launched.
that's smart.
We actually released it.
We're extremely good at our job.
Wait, so you
I don't want to get in
started
the weeds,
before the
everybody.
game
I
launched?
don't want to get in the weeds, everybody, but like we did start before the game launched to make sure that we could actually release
I thought you were just going to say zombies are
Joey
really easy
P's
to make,
mic's
and so
off.
therefore it was,
Yeah,
Oh my
obviously,
God.
that's what it is. Okay.
Also, people are saying that your mic is low.
His
Mr.
mic is
Joey
off.
P.
My
no.
mic
Yeah,
is low.
so I don't
Okay.
know.
It's off.
We'll fix that. I promise. Live broadcast, everyone. Live
I
broadcast.
can project everybody.
Yeah,
That's
he
what's
can-
going to take.
He can start screaming.
Just scream to everybody.
And you haven't seen
So I
Joey P
interrupted. So
scream.
you,
Sorry.
you're talking
Sorry.
about the 5 week. I was just shocked by the 5 week thing. But anyway, so yeah, it's been 5
So
weeks.
obviously it's been 5 weeks since we launched. We've had numerous updates to the game, hot fixes, patches. We actually had a campfire chat in between where we talked about even a big update that was coming before season 1.
13-page.
Yes,
patch
13
notes?
page, which people are like, well, that must have been like 14 point font, double spaced. And I'm like, maybe it was. But it still was very big. It was like 11 pages and it went on the actual site. But we've addressed a lot of feedback and everything related to the game. We still have more feedback that we're actually going to be addressing. And I will say that later this afternoon, there is going to be another patch, Climb patch. Surprise, spoilers, or announcement. We will have patch 104. That's going to be hitting all platforms later this afternoon. There will be patch notes posted this afternoon. Very much not as chonky as 103, but it does address additional feedback and issues that people have been reporting over to us.
You got one?
Oh shit! Druid buffs.
Come on, put you on the spot.
Funny enough, did I actually have this printed out?
I don't think you can say that 1.04 is coming this afternoon and not give an example of something we're fixing. In 104.
Whoa, he's got the whole patch.
I know that they are actually doing a gameplay fix in regards to, or a gameplay adjustment to Helltide chests, so that Helltide chests will now actually drop unique items.
Yeah, have the chance to drop unique items, but yes.
Sorry. Have the chance, not like a guarantee.
So
Yeah.
relax,
Now that's quoted, and I'm
You're
just
just gonna
like,
be bugged, and you're gonna get Endaros out of it now.
That's okay. That sounds stupid for me as the GM to go like, I thought they already could drop uniques with Helltide chests, so I
Casual.
I there's a mistake in there.
Yeah. It's so there are some content types that the rewards are not dropping like unique items from it. So like like Whisper bounty caches, for example, don't have a chance to drop unique items when you turn in for those.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, but I think that there's opportunities for us to continue to like try to expose this more as we talk about these things moving forward. But yeah, this is an opportunity now. We want to make sure that when players are trying to target farm for certain kinds of uniques for their builds they need to grab in order to bring those things online, that those Whisper caches really can be used as a way to or not Whisper caches, the tortured gifts you can get from the Helltides events. Those are really good opportunities to go and try to go for those.
And that's this afternoon. So once 104 goes out, once your uniques can drop in.
That's right. That's right. That's this afternoon.
Yeah.
What else?
I'll say, like, we've been getting, like we've mentioned, I think many times already in this stream, we have been getting a lot of feedback. Related to bugs, issues, or even just like general gameplay feedback. And it's something that the team has been reading through and getting through. And those are things that, obviously we're addressing as we get through all these different updates in the future and everything.
We're building a big backlog. Like, this is the thing I was making the joke about. They started before, like, seasons started before we launched, just to try to set expectations. Like, we're moving as fast as we can, but we have to move also safely, because if we move too fast, we can kind of vibrate the game out of stability. And so we're trying to be as reactive as we can, but in a safe way, and knowing we have a large backlog of season 1 was already well in flight, and season 2 is also very much well in flight. And so we're trying to make those adjustments. So we hear the feedback. So please don't take the lack of instantaneous response as in we don't hear you. We hear you. We hear about, I want to lock my inventory. We hear you about all the different types of things that you're giving us feedback on, and we appreciate that feedback, and we're doing our best to address it as quickly and as safely as possible.
I appreciate feedback, boys.
So just trying to manage expectations that sometimes it might feel, but again, it's only been 5 weeks. This is a game that we are going to, we're going to support for years to come. This is a foundation.
Foundation.
We said the launch was the beginning, not the end.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be continuing to support this game through many seasons and through expansions and what have you. And so please just allow us some time to catch up and work through our backlog to get to those items that we know that you care about.
And I do want to note that we're, as we were in preseason, we were obviously shooting out a lot of updates really quickly, and this is something we talked about a little bit on the campfire chat. But we are going to get into a more systematic way of being able to update the game, so it's not just going to be like ad hoc. Hey, guess what? A new client patch type of thing, unless there's an emergency. But yeah, people start to find some familiarity with how we actually update the game around seasons and client patches that may occur, whether they are in between or only on seasons and so forth. So we'll have that actually communicated out, and people then know what to expect going forward when we do have different updates or different patches that actually do the game.
I think it's really important that we have now talked about things we did in the preseason. We've made a number of changes on the balance side. We've responded to a lot of player feedback. We've got 1.04 coming out later on this afternoon. But Adam, what do the people want to hear about?
Talk about actual shit.
So we're actually now going to talk about the date. But we do want to talk about season 1. Season 1 is coming, and we actually have a really cool trailer to show off before we jump into it. So hit it, Rich and Matt.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! What's this?
I am writing to you because although a great evil is receding from Sanctuary, a new festering curse now spreads its corruption across the land. More dangerous, more malignant than I could have imagined. I have found a way to stop this plague, to rip the dark power of these monsters from their very core and turn it to our advantage in destroying them.
Kana's cube? Oh shit.
But I cannot do this alone. My allies have fallen. My strength is dwindling. The malignant are relentless and without mercy.
Help him!
I need help. I need you.
Hey! Season of the Malignant! Oh! Oh, that's pretty pretty cool. Oh shit! Okay, Season of the Malignant.
And there we have it. The first season of Diablo 4 coming out on July 20th.
June 20th.
The Season of the Malignant. Lots to talk about there. Lots to talk about there. So we're actually going to jump into it. No, I'm just kidding. But obviously, a lot of people want to know what's going on. You know, we even teased it on social media yesterday, where something was corrupting Sanctuary. I guess Tim, Joe, so what's going on now?
So season 1, the Season of the Malignant. So our very, very first season in the game is going to basically take place after the events of Diablo 4. So after the redacted and the redacted have happened and the player has finished redacting the redacted, once all that's out of the way, that's when things are really going to kick off in the world of Sanctuary, kind of step off from that point. And there's a new threat that's basically emerged in Sanctuary. There's this malignance, there's this corruption that's begun to spread throughout like the hearts of the creatures throughout the world, and that's everything from like beasts to humans to demons themselves. Everything in between can be corrupted by this malignance that's beginning to take root and fester inside inside people. And it's basically kind of like it's changing them, right? It's turning them into these bloodthirsty fiends. Effectively, they're going out and trying to destroy everything. And it's threatening Sanctuary at a very, very, very high level. The player is going to come across a new character that they're going to introduce to over the course of the season named Cormund, who we actually saw in the trailer there. Cormund is, there he is. Cormund is an ex-member of the Cathedral of Light. He used to be a priest of the Cathedral of Light. And he's taken it upon himself to start trying to dive deeper into this new malignant threat that's risen over the course of these days following the events of Diablo 4's main campaign. But he's finding himself maybe a little out of his depth. You say, Tim? Like, what do you think about Cormund?
Yeah, he's trying to fix the problem on his own, and then I think when he's not 100% successful, he comes to the player and says, "Hey, you were really helpful in the past. Could I get a hand from you?" So that's kind of where things start.
Yeah, he's very. I think that you'll find like he's a person. Everything in the room is on fire, but he's sitting there like, "I can fix it. You know, we can find a way to solve this, right?" But he's a great new character that the player get introduced over the course of the season. But that's really just where things kick off. You know, and players will start the season of Malignant actually in Kyovashad, and they're going to gain access to like the beginning of the story of the season pretty much right away. Mm-hmm. You know, so you're able to start off right at level 1, like jumping out of the gate and be able to start like following the thread of this new season storyline.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about the transition from the current Eternal Realm into the season afterwards. We're going to get through the season information first. Well, then I know people are really curious about what happens to my current character. How do I think about that transition? But we'll get to that after we get through the season details. Yeah.
That's absolutely right. So that's the kind of the high level. What's happening in the world of Sanctuary?
Right? We have a seasonal theme with a seasonal story, but like what about the mechanic? On top of the theme, there's usually the seasonal mechanics. So what's the mechanics that we're looking at?
We're trying to add more stuff to seasons that appeal to everything that a player does in Diablo 4. So we are adding story, the elements of what you're going to find out about what is actually happening to Sanctuary, but then we want things that are new challenges for the player, things that you can fight that maybe you haven't fought before, as well as new powers, things that you can build your character in a different way, a different direction than maybe you did in any previous season, or in this case in the preseason when you had just the Eternal Realm. So hitting all of those notes, we're starting with a mechanic around the threat. So what is the threat? The Malignant. We've been talking about it a lot. Where does the Malignant actually show up? That actually shows up throughout the entire game. When you're playing in the world of Sanctuary, anytime you encounter any elite monster, there's a chance that it will spawn as a malignant version of that monster. So that malignant version is going to have these growths on it and some additional power. After you kill it, a heart will actually appear, the exposed malignant heart that was causing this. If you then interact with that heart by using a Cage of Binding, it now starts a ritual where it's pulling all the malignants in, and a new, even more powerful version of that elite is spawned. Why would you want this? How does this help you? Well, if you can manage to beat that even more powerful version, where you see these other minions are now helping it, these other malignant creatures, now it drops the caged heart. You've actually put all of that malignant power into this cage that is an item that you can use that is kind of like a gem. It's like a gem in the sense that you can socket it into gear. It is very much not like a gem in the sense that it has an enormous amount of power. Think of a legendary item, the kind of power that's in there. It's like that, maybe even a little bit more than that. So you can take these malignant hearts, you can socket them into your jewelry, and that gives you these kind of stupid new broken builds that are hopefully balanced, hopefully, but they are extremely powerful. So these are new options of how you can play the game.
Yeah, so this is really, really cool, right? So one of the things we really want to do with each season, to Tim's point, is we want to make sure that we're providing new ways for players to engage with Diablo 4, new problems for them to solve, new
bosses,
ways for them to customize their characters and kind of do new cool stuff.
Right.
And that's what Malignant Hearts and the powers associated with Malignant Hearts really allow us to do. So one of these things, so yes, you can take a Malignant Heart that you've managed to collect from one of the consumed that you managed to kill, one of these super malignant creatures that you've killed this way, and you can socket them into your gear. We have 32 new, I'm not going to say like over 30, we have 32 new malignant powers.
You know exactly how many
technically, it's 32. So we have 32 new malignant powers are going out this way. These are new legendary power-like abilities. You can see this one here, critical strikes, electrically charged creatures.
It's like a legendary gem out of Diablo 3, bro.
So these like there's a lot of really powerful things like this that you'll be able to kind of like interact with over the course of time. But each of the malignant hearts you're collecting are actually like a category. They're associated with a color. So if like brutal hearts, for example, or like have a blue color to them, and they'll only go in infested sockets you'll find on rings and jewelry during the season of the malignant of a matching color.
I see.
So when you're hunting for when you're finding new amulets and rings or gambling at the opals vendor, whatever it is you want to do, you're kind of looking for specific socket colors.
Or if you're getting a unique ring from the new Helltide chest rewards as you're playing from the one.
That's right. If you happen to luck out and get Mother's Embrace because you need another Mother's Embrace, then yes, you can absolutely.
One will never do. But what's interesting, so there's 3 different types of color sockets. Yes.
There's 3 different types of colored sockets, but there's 4 different types of malignant hearts.
Yes. Go on.
Well, okay, I guess I will. So the last malignant heart type is called basically a wrathful. It's an extremely powerful malignant heart type. They're very, very rare to find. They will fit in any colored socket as you go. And you kind of want a combination of all of these. So even though the wrathfuls are pretty strong, you're really only looking to probably have 1 or 2 of these based on what you might actually need for your build, over the course of time. So it's fun, really want to be able to experiment with creating these different problems for players to solve, different ways for players to engage with things, and really change up that experience by virtue of adding these new powers. They can unlock different builds potentially for classes, to Tim's point, and just basically be like a really fun, exciting new way for players to kind of inject new power into the experience.
But you're looking for so can the jeweler right now can add a socket to, a piece of jewelry? Are they able to add colored sockets, or are those only
found? You can't choose the color, but anytime a ring would roll with a socket from when the season of malignance starts, it's always going to have a color associated with it. There's not you couldn't get just a regular jewel socket.
But even a jeweler created one? If I have a ring with no socket, when I do the jeweler, it'll be colored?
It'll always be colored. It'll always be an infested socket in this way.
Got it. But that's true for unique. So if I'm looking for I have a unique ring, like you talked about, but I want the blue version. I could find a unique with the red socket, and I could find it with a yellow socket. So I'm looking for a blue. So there'll be multiple versions of the uniques as well, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So fun new stuff to look forward to, and that's just that's
a question.
We showed in the video earlier, the player fighting a malignant creature. There's a chance for, as Tim pointed out, there's a chance for all kinds of elites out there in the world to be malignant in nature, which makes them a little bit more powerful. But then when you kill them and you go and you actually use the Cage of Binding to capture their heart, then you fight that super consumed, the consumed version. It's that's gonna be buffing nearby monsters. It spawns a bigger combat in that scene. There's more to look forward to, and those get tougher and tougher. And you want to fight higher and higher level versions of those in higher world tiers to get even better versions of those hearts.
Yeah. So you can get stronger versions of the hearts as you get further into the game, and you might be thinking okay, does that mean the old the crappy hearts that I got earlier, are those useless? You can actually break those down at the crafter as well to get a crafting material out of them that allows you to craft new items, including invokers. So invokers are something that you can use a little bit further on. Once you finish the campaign of Season 1, you will unlock the ability to go and use these at a specific place called a malignant tunnel. So if you are trying to...
That's also the name of my colonoscopy.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, Jesus
And,
Christ.
It's a serious thing when you're over 50. You should know that.
That's actually
That is a good point. So if you have a malignant
tunnel.
tunnel, you should get yourself checked out.
So in the world of Sanctuary, when we say malignant tunnel, we mean, hey, I'm a player and I actually want to get more of these hearts, but it's just a random chance on elites out in the world. Where can I intentionally find more of them? There are these malignant tunnels. So there are actually places across the world where the malignance is manifesting in these new dungeons. So if you specifically want to go find more malignant hearts, you can hunt down these tunnels. Yep. You can go in and, hey, there are more malignant there. So there's a higher chance of finding malignant monsters there. And if you want to guarantee it, like, man, I really need a very specific type of malignant heart. How do I make that even more likely? That's when you take your crafted invoker, you go all the way to the end of a malignant tunnel, and you can use it on a malignant outgrowth. And you use it on that outgrowth.
This game sounds so loud.
That specific type of malignant that's going to have the color associated with it of the heart you're trying to find. You kill that, and you're going to get the specific heart. So there's a little bit more targeted farming you can do.
So targeted tunnel.
The end game of season 1.
Actually, I have if you go to the C video, it will be able to show you going into an evoker event where you can go in and sort of, which I've heard called the turkey baster from hell, basically, is what an invoker looks like.
It does kind of, yes. That wasn't the art direction on it, but yeah, that's where we ended up.
Yeah, at the end of these malignant tunnels, you're going to find that there are these masses of malignants that you're going to be able to go and interact with, and each of the tunnels has a few different ones that can potentially spawn different colors of malignant outgrowths that can spawn from those. So it gives you those opportunities to go and really target farm, as Tim's pointed out, certain kinds of malignant hearts as the player's progressing through the experience. Yeah.
So when we show we were just showing it,
Technical
show the one you were just showing, because that was the invoker event. So basically, there's a growth. You get to the end of the tunnel. Yeah. You're able to basically, essentially, you're requesting a monster of a particular color. Yes, you're saying I want a blue heart. A chance to get a blue heart by trying to defeat the blue monster. Yes?
That's right. And some of these, particularly later on in the experience, the most powerful hearts you can get are going to be delivered from things like these invoker encounters that we go and interact with. So yeah, something we're very excited about.
So basically, they use an invoker on the one of the pods.
That's right. Yeah, the outgrowths from this malignant mass,
which then creates a blue monster for you to fight. You have to take that down, which will then. So does this one go through the same mechanic where I have to kill it, try to capture heart to kill the harder thing?
Yeah, when this thing pops up, after you kill this one, you don't actually have to capture it. You're fighting the powerful version of it immediately.
That's what I was asking. Yeah, so you don't have to do the 1-2.
That's right.
So that's nice. So it's kind of a little like the sigil crafting, where you basically, I've got a bunch of stuff I'm not using right now. I can craft it down so that I can focus what malignant hearts I want. Because maybe my build, I know I want a brutal heart, but I haven't running into any blue malignants out there in the world. So now I can go into a malignant tunnel, fight my way to the end, have an opportunity to use the invoker to create a blue malignant to go after its heart. Yeah.
That's right.
What
That's
about?
Right. Yeah. Roger's called it out.
And I know.
That's all I'm here to
pinnacle content, though.
That's good.
How about another pinnacle boss?
I will take everything you said, summarize it into 2 sentences. And I know, obviously, with the story and so forth, there are new a new boss and so forth associated with it.
But we're not really talking about the boss.
We're redacted, but yes.
It's worth calling out.
There's new boss monsters for players to fight over the course of the season. There are new legendary items for players to collect this season.
Static boss.
There's legendary powers, I should say.
Oh shit!
There's new unique items for players to collect.
Oh shit!
New unique legendaries and the unique.
Okay.
Thanks for that. Okay. Those are not just in the seasonal realm, though, right? Are those things that are also showing up in the eternal?
That's right. Those will also show up in the eternal realm. So yeah, if you're a player who's really trying to continue to progress your character in the eternal realm, there's now a few new items for you to go try to hunt for and use to kind of augment and change your build.
This is the moment where I can do the producer thing.
Yeah.
So you probably saw before on the screen when we looked at the cinematic. It was awesome, and we said July 20th. Oh my God, there it is, the day it's coming out. We are actually putting out the patch a little bit earlier, so just for awareness, so everyone knows.
Okay.
You're gonna see your game patching on July 18th. That is all of the stuff coming to you that is going to turn on July 20th.
Balance changes, the new items.
So July 18th is actually anything that shows up on the Eternal Realm.
Is there right away.
If you just want to continue playing the game as normal on your existing characters or a new Eternal character if you want, July 18th, the new legendaries and uniques that they were just talking about will be available to you on the Eternal Realm, as well as any other improvements, balance changes, rewards changes that we've made. Those will be there right away on July 18th. July 20th, the season turns on. You can now create seasonal characters.
I think it's like going back to managing expectations. I think one of the things we've been trying to be really clear about with seasons is that it is not a continuation of the main campaign storyline. Like we've been trying to use phrases like it's a new quest line. Working with Quin to solve the Malignant is a big, is obviously the journey you're on, but it's not about the Anarius Lilith journey. It's not extending that story. It's sort of a side story inside the open world.
Yeah, it just takes place after the events of Diablo 4.
I feel like they shouldn't enable the drops.
Self-contained story within the season of the Malignant, which is great because it just gives us it affords us a lot of opportunities to tell an exciting story and to create like these new big features that kind of go along with that and support it.
So as I'm playing through that now, it would be amazing if there was some way to sort of track my accomplishments through the season. I don't know, maybe some sort of journey perhaps
you want to track your seasonal journey through some kind of feature.
I don't know if I could tee that up any higher for you. We went from golf to
T-ball really fast. No, absolutely. So there is. This is our obviously.
Don't say Ramlet's gift,
bro. The season journey feature, which I know we've talked a little bit about on stream before. But
do not say Ramlet's gift.
Calling out and maybe a little bit more clarity.
Hey, look, it's this, but without redacted all over it now.
That's right.
Yeah.
So this is
no top secret.
Yeah. So this is the battle pass introducing as part of season 1, and then going into here you'll see the season journey, and again, so the season journey is separated into 7 chapters. And like these major chapters, and each of those chapters has a number of objectives inside each of them in order to allow you to progress that chapter.
And you don't have to do all of them?
You don't have to do all of them. You have to do a subset of them in order to advance to the next chapter. So I think it's really cool. So like objective to objective, you're going to be earning favor drops, which can be used to your battle pass, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a minute. Yeah. But you're also, for your chapter completion moments, you're getting big drops of that favor that's going to be used like an experience point value for your battle pass. But you're also going to be getting some like item rewards, and importantly, you're going to be unlocking new legendary aspects, ones that you can't normally get through the Codex of Power, through like dungeon completion.
Okay.
And also many of our new legendary aspects we're adding in the season. If you're playing in the seasonal realm, you can collect that for your Codex of Power by going to the season journey. So it's a great way to introduce yourself to some of these new things as you're kind of playing through.
Yeah, I love this. Like one of the things that's hard about, for people who know Diablo 3 and its sort of journey.
Hold on, wait. Do you love this?
I love this.
Oh, that actually feels really good to hear.
I love this. The notion around, like, I like the fact that the subset aspect of it, because I know there are certain things. I'll pick a stupid example. It's like maybe I hate sellers for some reason. I'm a seller hater. And so I never want to complete a seller. Then the fact that I can advance chapter 1 to go to chapter 2 without ever doing what lurks below, I think that's great, because that's like, I find you get into situations. I have other games where they're like, you must do this thing that you really don't want to do in order to progress. And the fact that I don't have to do that here, that I can choose a subset of things to continue my progress, I think is really smart.
Yeah, I think it's really good to hear. It's one of the things we really want to do is make sure that like the base example of this is like we really like letting players use our fields of hatred as opportunities to kind of like progress their characters inside of the season, but we don't, and we want to include that in the season journey, which is the PvP content in the game. But we don't want to make that like a requirement that you must go do this content in order to progress your season journey. We want to give players the option to do this if they choose.
One thing I do want to call out here as well with the season journey, and I think you're going to call it out in some other places, is that it can be confusing to players initially that you go to this battle pass screen, you click on the season journey button. Do I have to buy the battle pass to get this? No. Everyone has access to the season journey. This is a base feature that everybody is engaging with. Actually, everybody has access to the battle pass. I wonder why people ask that question, though. Even if you never pay a cent, you are engaging with the battle pass.
Think about why they're asking that question.
In the seasonal realm.
In the seasonal realm, yes. Ron has always reminded me to say that. In the seasonal realm, there is no season journey if you're not in the season. That's very important. It only exists there. There's no battle pass if you're not in the season.
Get fucked, non-season
That's absolutely correct. So that's essentially the way the season journey works. Those final objectives, those final chapters are really, really tough to complete. You can get some like special like cosmetics, like special like title and things towards the end of that path. So we're excited to see players like engage with it and for us to continue to support it in future seasons.
And so we saw that the season journey grants you a lot of favor to go towards your battle pass, but you also earn favor just out in the world killing stuff. And
that's right. Anything that's like killing monsters, completing like whispers and dungeons and things, like all of these things will be earning you favor as you kind of play through the season.
Right.
So anything that's getting you experience points has a chance to give you that favor as well.
So if you have never played the campaign yet, like you're about to buy the game for the first time with the season, for example,
right?
I'll be like, okay, I'm going to roll a seasonal character. I'm going to play the campaign. The fact that while I'm playing the campaign, I'm killing stuff, and I'm still earning favor. Like this stuff is still sort of progressing in the background, right? In
That's absolutely correct.
I just won't run into any malignant until I finish the campaign.
That's absolutely right. But you will, as you play, if you make a new character, to your point, Rod, on the seasonal realm, and you're playing through the campaign, you will be earning favor as you're killing monsters and doing things during the campaign. But a lot of those, and you can also progress your season journey, but some of those objectives might require you to go and interact with season features that aren't available until after you finish the events of the Diablo 4 main campaign.
And that's probably one of the big things to be clear about. I know we're going to talk about the transition later, but in terms of getting access to the mechanic, the idea of talking to Corman, capturing malignant hearts, having rings with colored socket or jewelry with colored sockets, that stuff all takes place post-campaign.
That's correct.
And so if you haven't beat the campaign yet, you're not going to run into these seasonal mechanics. Right?
Yeah, you won't fight malignant creatures, for example, while you're going through the campaign on the seasonal realm, but you will shortly thereafter. So one of the things you can do, and I know we're going to talk about this,
I don't get this.
We're going to
Doesn't
talk
make
about
sense
this,
to
and then
me.
we talk about it anyway. But like, so I would say, like, one of the things you can do to get ready for the
it's too
season
complicated
is to make sure you finish your
to do it.
campaign playthrough. Diablo 4, jump in, you can choose to skip campaign when you make your new
makes
seasonal
the game-
character, and dive right into the seasonal
They really hate their own
story and
campaign,
content
right?
immediately.
And that's forevermore. That's one thing we tried
Do
to
it once
say
and
is
never
that
play
once
it
you
again,
complete
boys.
the campaign on one character on your
Yeah,
account
one character, one
for every
time.
season moving forward, for any character you create moving forward,
do it
you can
once,
skip campaign
and then never
start
do it
off
again,
in the other
guys.
side, level 1 off. Well, and
Spend
not-
$100 million
not
making a campaign and then just
Is that the
Foreshadowing.
only
Do it
thing
one
that
time.
we can be doing to prepare
Well,
for
we should
season
get to
one?
we should get to the battle pass. So the favor, so you have favor flowing because you're playing the game.
You're playing the game.
I can't get into debate right now,
Objectives, you're getting even
And
more
I was going to say you're getting more, and the favor
It's
is
live
really
stream.
flowing because I'm completing the season journey
You were
objectives.
touted,
And
though.
so that favor is
were touted.
feeding into your progress on the battle pass, whether you've chosen to just have the free battle pass or whether you've chosen to upgrade it to a premium battle pass. Correct?
That's absolutely correct.
So can we go back to the screen because I think it's one of the things. What we highlight here is essentially part of the thing is kind of we use the term. Why would I want to complete the battle pass? One of the reasons you would want to complete the battle pass is you could look like this. And by completing the battle pass in terms of the mount, the mount armor, the armor that the characters are wearing. And so, did you want to talk a little bit about
Yeah,
kind of
I
the
mean, one of the things that's really cool about a lot of the items in the battle pass, there are these really exciting like armors to chase for the characters. There are like fun new emotes to go chase for different classes, and we have even things like the like
is that with that
showing off
bum,
the
dude?
Arsen's tunic. We have some things that are like these. And this is actually one of our free cosmetics. Actually, is this the things that are like a little bit lower fantasy that you can use to kind of like role play different kind of themes out for your characters.
Holy
to give you more
shit.
options. And we have like our bigger stuff like this. Like this is like the Awoken Cold Iron stuff. Is like some of like the real chase armor cosmetics that exist at the end of the battle pass.
It's one of the things that, like, if you notice either the role-playing armor, like the artisan tunic or the helmet, is that one of the big things about the battle pass is that unlike the shop, the battle pass, all of the cosmetics are class agnostic. So we have a preview for all 5 classes, so you can see what it looks like on a barbarian, what it looks like on a druid, what it looks like on a necromancer, and those sorts of things. And that's one of the nice things about the battle pass is everything you're earning on the battle pass, class agnostic.
Yeah, for those transmogs.
The exception is the transmog weapons. There are transmog weapons on there that are class specific, just because classes only can equip
use
certain
specific.
weapons. So if your class can equip that weapon, then you have access to it. Just to reinforce, I think it was already expressed, but there are lots of free things on the battle pass. If you pay to upgrade it to the premium battle pass, what you're getting access to
Cosmetics.
are a bunch of additional cosmetic things.
Yeah.
So the only thing you're getting access to by paying is that additional cosmetic unlock. So there's really, really cool stuff, some on the early end, and then especially on the tail end of it, that's what you're buying into. But the free version...
Keep going. I'm getting ready to transition.
Okay. The free version
I know where I want to go after you.
still has some very cool unlocks. And anything related to... Well, you wanted to talk more about blessings, right?
Well, that's what they're saying with the free side. Like, so we were saying there's 27 free tiers in the battle pass, and part of those 27 free tiers are smoldering ashes that you can get based on the level you are in the game and that you've progressed with favor. And what do those smoldering ashes get you?
So these smoldering ashes the player will collect at the battle pass are, as you called out, like they're on the free track of the battle pass. You need to be you have a character of a certain level in order to be able to actually use them. So they're kind of like they're rate limited that way. We'll take those and you'll be able to use those and apply them to the seasonal blessings system.
Right.
And here, okay, we can actually finally reveal all of these.
Oh, here we go.
Here are the places where, as the players collecting these ashes, they can invest them here to give all of their characters on the seasonal realm kind of like this advantage.
XP, bro.
Through. So whether that is like, bonus to like XP earned from monster kills, like we call out here, or things like boosting the duration of all elixirs that you're using over the course of the season.
Right, and you can looks like. I'm assuming that, I don't know if it's linear or not, but if I
Chat, that's free
linear,
stuff.
I can do it 4 times at 15%.
This is free.
60% duration on elixirs, in terms of that particular, the Urn of Prolonging.
This is free,
right.
Bojos.
Yeah, we want to make this just be an extra little fun little thing for players to chase as they're going through the season to kind of, help them like boost their characters up a little bit more quickly as they kind of get deeper and deeper into progression through the season and give them a few different advantages to play with while they're playing through.
So if I were to max out with my Smoldering Ashes, they're like Urn of Prolonging is where I want to invest my Smoldering Ashes. I can basically take my 30-minute elixir and make it
40 minutes.
almost a 50-minute elixir. So getting that 5% XP boost. Maybe for me, it's the extra 200 thorns and the 200 armor. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, and give you boosts to like get more opportunities to earn like the or better malignant heart drops that can occur for you as you're playing.
And these are available to everyone because who's in the seasonal realm because it's part of the free track.
Yes.
And they
there we
are
go,
limited
chat.
based on. They're also limited based on level of the player, so that even if someone were to use tier skips, even though they might get to the tier that says free Smoldering Ashes, it doesn't actually unlock until you get to the level requirement.
Yeah, for like for example, like the first ash that you unlock in the battle pass is I think it's tier 8 maybe.
Tier 8,
yeah. And it has a level 40 character requirement as an example. Just to make it really, really clear, like you will be able to use this in time, but immediately like you need to continue to progress your character and like continue to level up, and then you'll be able to use that accordingly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can kind of do my little summary thing. So basically, what we said, so we have a seasonal theme of the Malignant, which has the mechanic of capturing malignant hearts and putting it into jewelry. We use that to complete our season's journey. Our season journey is rewarding us favor. Our favor, we're then putting into the battle pass to get really cool cosmetics and transmogs, but also based on our level and our tier in the battle pass, we'll get Smoldering Ashes. We can use those Smoldering Ashes to apply a Season's Blessing, which allows us to use those urns and get sort of perks for during just this season that we've unlocked.
That's correct.
So the free person's experience, if you never want to pay a cent, you are still getting a lot of power out of the season journey and the free aspect, the free unlocks on the battle pass. So this is kind of an increase in power for everybody. And then if you want to spend money, just reinforcing that's unlocking more cosmetics. And don't get me wrong, like they're amazing cosmetics. I am planning to pay to unlock them myself. But there's no power that comes from them. They are transmogs. They are not actual items.
Default
it's just
free
a
to play
transmog you can place on your armor to look cool. They don't actually cause things to light on fire.
Yeah, it's just reinforcing what we had talked about before, like even before launch and so forth, is that the battle pass itself, anything that if you do pay for a battle pass, all the paid items are going to be cosmetics and for you. It's no pay for power.
And if you bought the deluxe or the ultimate edition, you already will have an ability to make that a premium battle pass. It still doesn't. So that's great for them. So then let's talk a little bit about the transitional side of it in terms of how I go into this or what happens. So there's a couple of different things. There's like, one is like there's a need. So there's a question. I guess we should talk about renown. Like one of the big things that we hear the most about is, hey, I spent a lot of time, and I know I did too. I completed all my renown objectives. I've got full everything. And now I hear, I have to reroll my character in season. Do I have to go find all the altars of Lilith? Do I have to go all clear the fog of war again?
Yeah, so I know we've talked about this in stream before, but it definitely bears repeating. So like when season 1 goes live, players are going to be able to go basically carry over like all of the fog of war that they've cleared. So everything, all the world they've explored on their characters in each of the zones, like in the Fractured Peaks and Scotsland and such. All of that's going to carry over, as well as all of the renown that you have earned from all of that, all of the exploration.
So can we bring up the screen? So basically where we see areas discovered, let's say I've actually, we'll say this is this person. So right now they've got 30 areas discovered, which is worth 150 renown.
Right.
So what's going to happen is in the season, I'm going to have 30 areas clear inside of Kyrgyzstan,
so
and I will have 150 renown already in the bank. And it will have unlocked whatever 150 renown.
So you get a tiny little bar.
Absolutely right. Yep, absolutely right. So you're going to have that, and you're also going to have already collected all of your altars of Lilith that you've got from your
So the same thing here. So I will have 12.
I've done all mine. I'm both seasons W.
And I will have 120 renown in the bank with my other 100. So I'll have 270 renown already earned waiting for me to claim when I fire the season.
That's absolutely correct. So these are the advantages you get to start with, and like if you look at like all the renowned
You said about skill points,
dude.
dude.
From
What the
discovering all
fuck?
of the areas and from getting all of your altars of loath, it's going to get you in each of the zones, basically through the first 2 tiers, and a little bit of the way through the 3rd tier for each of the zones for renown. So you get to start with, like, if you start at level 1 on day 1 of the new season with a brand new character, you'll start, and you've done all of this work with your previous characters and previous playthroughs. You'll have 5 skill points to play with, and then 5 extra potion charges.
Remove the renown aspect from those things, then.
You'll have 5 skill points and 9 potions ready to go.
Absolutely. You just claim those things
that's
down.
dumb that people can start at a disadvantage.
And your map.
And your map.
So that goes back to what Tim was teeing up earlier. When we think about, hey, I'm excited about the season. I want to prepare
make it
for
transfer, but just don't.
What is it? It's the 6th today?
Today's the 6th.
Okay,
Yes.
so I have 14 days.
14
I have
days.
2 weeks. What should I be doing in these next 2 weeks?
Exploring and collecting Lilith Elders.
I better get the campaign done because I really want to
complete the campaign.
fight the malignant. But now,
Fuck the campaign. Skip it forever.
if you had places to go
Am I
to,
right, guys?
like dig deep on clearing the fog and dig deep on finding the altars, because those are going to carry into this season.
Yeah, all that stuff will carry over with you.
Okay, so then Tim, how do I think about? I've got 5, 6 alts, my characters right now in the Eternal Realm. We're talking about carrying over progress based on your. How do I ensure that the progress, like the most progress character, it actually impacts my seasonal character? Like,
Tim, tell us.
They're
gonna
that's a great question.
reborn.
For various technical implementation reasons, we do actually need you to log in on existing characters to kind of self-migrate some of your data with this. So this is something that we implemented based on player feedback that we got. So we put it in as quickly as we could. It is in for Season 1, but what we need you to do, once Season 1 comes out, actually once the patch comes out, you don't even have to wait until July 20th. You can do this on July 18th, which is when the patch goes live. You should log in with characters that have the most progress. If you have a single character you've played, or if you have one character that, hey, on this one character I unlocked all the altars and cleared all the fog of war, awesome. You just have to log in with that person. When you log in with that character, all of that progress is going to be propagated across your entire account. It'll be saved as, hey, this is just unlocked for your whole account now. At that point, any character you log on, either one of your existing alts or any new character you make in seasons will now have all of that progress. So you have to do it once, but after you've done that, it is now saved to your account.
Bad coding!
And, just to reinforce, the experience you're going to have if you have unlocked all of these things, it takes a little bit of work, but if you've unlocked all of that, when you start that new seasonal character, wow, is that a lot of power. You are going to level pretty fast, because extra 5 skill points, extra 5 potions, you are ridiculously overpowered when you first start playing. Like, that is a lot of extra power.
It will accelerate you a little bit as you start.
And because that is a big caveat, like we will be reminding everyone. I'm going to be like literally screaming from the rooftops. I know we will be posting it in our patch notes on that come out for the patch on the 18th, just to remind people that yes, log into your characters beforehand. Even if you log in, like if you jump into the season later on, you can log into those characters with the most amount of progress.
Well, that's
and so forth.
that's the 2 things we should, because there'll probably be questions. But
Was it retroactive?
I don't do that for whatever. I go on vacation. I'm not playing. I come back. The season started. I can still log in my Eternal Realm character and have all that progress brought to the season. Yes.
Yes.
Even after the season started. So it's not like, oh, you only have 18 to 20 to get it. Those
What
2
are the
days.
split between 3 characters?
Forever. Functionally, from this point forward, anytime you ever log in on a character, it will just check like, hey, does this character have any progress that's not already credited on your account?
Okay,
Cool, I'm now
doesn't sound
crediting
as
it to
bad.
your
They
account.
described it really
And so
poorly,
for
I feel like.
And that's for the seasonal. So if I think about the Eternal Realm, like for example, my Necromancer has everything. I've got the full bar on renown on all 5. Not humble bragging. That's a point of fact.
Humble bragging.
Not humble bragging.
Absolutely.
So for the next 5 minutes, we're going to talk about
So
this.
let's talk about how good my Necromancer is. No, what all I'm saying is I have a Sork that has not had the same level of progress in the world. So after the 18th, when I log in my Necro and all that progress gets put to my account, when I go to log in my Sork next, even on the Eternal Realm, my Sork will now have all the progress that my Necro
Correct.
has.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And let's say, like, just to dive really deep into this. So let's say that you've got,
I know,
you've got 2 different
we
characters.
should do some sort of
You've
dev
got-
stream where we can talk and go deep.
That's true, actually, yeah. So let's say you've got like 2 characters you play. Like one has done everything in the Fractured Peaks, has uncovered everything in the Fractured Peaks, and has uncovered like all of the altars of both. You get another character who's gotten everything in Scott's Glen, who's unlocked like all the the Fog of War, has found all the altars of Lilith. If I log in on my Fractured Peaks character, and just by doing that, all of that credit will now be transferred to my Skazglen character. When I
Vice
log into my
versa?
Skazglen character, all of that credit will be applied to my Fractured Peace characters.
Okay, good.
At that point, all of the credit of the progress I've made on either of those characters has been propagated to the entirety of my account.
Right. So it becomes an and.
It's not just like it's and. It's not like the one account that has the most stuff, and then I want to log into that one. No, you want to log into every account that might have like tons of progress.
That's what you
they've
should
made
have
in
said it
different
like.
directions.
They should have said that.
And I think to just again, hey, let's talk about managing expectations. Some of you might
Remove
be
the
saying,
power
like,
from this
wow,
shit, though.
that sounds a little clunky. And I think the point that Tim was trying to make was, hey,
we did it because of feedback.
Prior to season 1, we had actually talked about that you wouldn't have any renown progress carryover. You would have to go find the altars of Lilith.
Yeah.
You would have to go clear the fog of war. Like the original plan when launching the game, or prior to launching the game, the original plan that was that there was no
remove power from the Lilith
transition of
altars.
state from Eternal Realm to Seasonal Realm as part of this. And so hearing the player feedback as we talked about seasons and hearing the response that we got about what I have to find all the altars again, what I have to clear the map again, and wanting to make sure that we were listening to the players, we put in a system that allowed us to do that, but is not the most smoothest, most sophisticated because we were doing it under very tight time constraints as quickly as possible.
I want the most power always.
Did you want it done?
It's
the answer is
I'm
yes.
just saying, like that wasn't the design from the start was not to do this log in a character on the 18th and make it happen. That's what we had to do to make it happen for season 1.
And this was based off of obviously player feedback that we've got since launch. So this is us implementing it quickly to address the feedback that you guys have been giving. And then on top of that, I like a huge shout out to our engineers for getting this all implemented before we actually jump into the season.
Much like the Nightmare Dungeon teleport,
Exactly.
like miracles can happen and very quickly. So
a lot of these actually end up with just going to an engineer and asking how long it would take to do it, and
the slope you're going down right now.
First answer is they cry.
And then there's like, okay, well, what about to make it work right now? And always, if you told me you wanted to do this X months ago, I could have done it way easier because we implemented it completely differently. So yeah, we make it work, but sometimes the fact that you have to log in to get the progress propagated, we would have made it a smoother version if we knew months ago.
All right, like zoom in on me. Zoom in on me.
Come closer.
Let's do that. Okay, it's not going to happen. There it is. Okay, yeah, all right. It's a live game. We know we need to it's a live game. We know we are looking at trying to make improvements based on the feedback that we're getting from players. We're playing the game ourselves, and we're kind of seeing how everything is really feeling as it's all coming together with a giant audience of players playing and enjoying the game. We want to make sure that we are making the right changes as quickly as we can for the community. Some of those things are a lot harder than others. But like all the feedback, like Adam, you called out some things really early on at the program, like we're hearing feedback about this and this, and like inventory space. We talked about gems last time and things we want to do there. We're trying to move very quickly in a lot of these things. Some of them are a lot more challenging technically.
Quickly as in
than
season
others.
2 or season 3,
We are rapidly moving on as many changes as we can because we are fervently trying to make the very best version of Diablo 4 possible in the fastest time frame that we can to deliver to the player base, because we're players too. We also want the same things. So just know that we're working hard. We care deeply. We love our engineers and our designers and our producers, and the staff's been helping with like all of like the hotfix and everything else. We are trying to make sure that we are delivering a really, really high quality experience to players on a regular basis. So just stick with us. Keep giving us that feedback. We're going to keep making adjustments as we go between seasons and other updates.
I can attest that whenever Joe would like to make a change based on feedback he's seen from reading it wherever he reads it, the first version is always, can we do this immediately? That is always the first request. Never like, hey, let's get this in eventually. When it makes sense and when it's comfortable. No, it's always, could we do this right now? Is it possible for us to do this right now?
So I want to move the Overton window where I just expect everything to be done in 6 seconds.
But this is the thing about about doing it safely. Like, I think one of the sort of the junior mistakes some people can make is this idea of like time is only what it takes to implement, and it's not. It's time is also what it takes to test and make sure that it's robust and stable. And so that's one of the things that like
release it, buggy, bro. Get it out.
We have a follow the sun QA organization around the world, and that's what allows us to do, I don't know, we're up to 15, 16 hotfixes or more now.
Yeah.
And our big client patches is that ability of not only can we get we have some heroic engineers who can turn stuff around very quickly, but we also have some heroic QA teams around the world who are helping us make sure that when we make these changes, we're doing it in a safe way. So, but I appreciate your patience on that. And so this is exciting. Season 1, Season of the Malignant.
Yes. It's finally here.
Yes.
I'm waiting to reveal this for a long
2 weeks?
time.
In 2 weeks. And again, like Tim
it's
had
not
mentioned.
technically here for you all, but soon, very soon.
As Tim had mentioned, we will have a patch on the 18th for Diablo 4 that will contain all the changes that will be coming in with Season 1.
Yep.
If Tiffany
At least 12 days.
who was on our campfire chat before, she categorized our 103 patch as chonky.
Right.
I will categorize in Tiffany Watt's words as super chonky for Season 1. It actually is our largest, or chonkster, as Tim called it. I think we were chonkers. So we're going to pull up the Wikipedia entry and actually go through it, the history of chonkers.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it is very big. So we will have notes up for that. And again, players can prepare for Season 1 by, completing the campaign for sure.
Completing the campaign,
and making
clear
sure,
the fog of war.
yeah, clear fog of war, discover the map, and of course, get all your altars. So lots to come for Diablo 4. And then again, we also have just more improvements that will be in that patch. What class, our balance changes to bug fixes to you name it. I can go on. There's even some reward changes coming for some Nightmare and Helltide related activities as well, some endgame activities, because I've been hearing some feedback regarding hey, it would be great if we can get maybe better rewards with some of these activities, and so I know some of those changes are coming in that actual update as well. But I know we want to do Q&A.
Oh, shit.
We do.
Oh shit, here we go.
And this
is
a live stream, by the way.
Yeah.
So I know we get sometimes people are like, I don't know if this is live. No, this is totally live. So we're actually going to be bringing in, we're actually going to kick off Rod because we're done with him. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm actually going to go in and away from the side.
I know.
That sucks.
Rod's going to jump over here. We're actually going to bring back in Chris and Ryan from the Immortal team. Who will be jumping in here.
No, bring Rod back!
I didn't do my job.
I didn't do my job. Rod had one job and failed to do it. So we're going to bring these guys in. I know we have questions queued up from different people in Twitch chat. So if you guys have questions, of course, feel free to drop in questions and everything.
Chris is not quite in. You need to switch clearly.
Oh, I need to scooch too
Scooch
because I think
over.
I'm
I think we can scooch a little bit more.
Live television.
We're scooching live.
And we're scooching, live scooching, ladies
So
and
here's the problem. We also, the production team hates me. I want to give a shout out to our production group behind here because I literally go we're only going to have 2 people. And then we continue to add people. And then Rod wanted to be in it yesterday. So now suddenly we're up to 20 people. And this room can't hold this many people. So I apologize.
The production team's
they
mid.
are angels and they deal with
Their production team's mid.
But we do have some
audio
questions,
issues.
And I will be kind of going back and forth in between both of them. But
video issues, unreal.
Oh, perfect. We do have some questions up here. Someone's also calling me, which is awful at this time. Quick question. Any updates around, this is for D4 specifically, any updates around respecting characters?
Yeah, so right now I think that there's a few different concerns we're hearing from the community. There's the general cost of respecting characters.
What? It's
and
not
then there
enough.
is at various stages of the game.
What?
And
It's
then
not
there
enough.
is the actual experience of respecting a character, particularly when you're deeper into the Paragon system. That takes a lot of effort. So we have longer term plans on the user experience side, on the menu side. Things we want to do to improve the flow of allowing players to respect their characters. These are things we're actively investigating. We have designs for things we're looking to add into seasons in the future, but we don't have a date that we're committing to today for that. And in terms of the actual price of that, we're evaluating things on the gold economy, and we're taking a look at what players are doing on a regular basis.
It's free.
We're not making any fundamental structural changes today at this time.
It's free.
But we are, because we're satisfied with where things feel like in the 150. One thing we will be adding, though, is as part of seasons, there is now a new reward that you can collect as you're going through the season journey at the end of each season.
What, more gold?
Called the Scroll of Amnesia, which once you collect the Scroll of Amnesia, you can use that one time to basically reset the entirety of a character all in one go for no gold cost at all. So these are going to be pretty fun things to bring back with you to turn around if you want to use for future playthroughs or for that character or another character. So we want to make sure that we're slowly adding a few of these as the players progressing through the experience to make that a little bit easier for players to go through.
And that Scroll of Amnesia is everything. It's all your skills, all your Paragon, everything goes to 0.
Yeah.
Awesome. For Immortal, we have a question from, I'm reading everyone's names,
This
8
is
Miles
L.
West.
L.
How much will the Blood
It's
Knight
L,
cost? I know we covered this early on, but if you guys want to reiterate.
The Blood Knight will cost nothing. The Blood Knight is free.
It's free. So if you're a new Immortal player, or you're a existing Immortal player, you can literally jump in, start playing the Blood Knight on day 1, which is on July 13th. So, and of course, you can play through the campaign, and we had mentioned that it has essentially custom VO and everything.
That question.
That's right.
For D4, I should be more prepared with these.
That's usually that's
usually
a safe statement all the time. Is you should be more
we
prepared.
have Rod judging me off screen right here, and I'm just like, awesome.
Perfect.
Little side story real quick. So we have a thing in design called design armor, where like as you're about to like talk about an idea with someone, you're like, this might be a really bad idea, but and that's you putting up your shield saying, this is my design armor. Saying, I know that this might be really, really bad, but we're talking about it anyway. So yes, I should probably be more prepared, but here we go. That's your design armor.
Question from Fig Larna.
You committed to saying the names.
I know I did.
We don't want anyone to suggest that these are not real questions.
Yeah, from Fig Larna. Will seasonal mechanics be added to the Eternal Realm after the season ends? I think that's something we didn't actually clarify fairly well.
That is a great question that actually gets asked internally as well a lot. Like, hey, this is awesome. Are we going to keep it around forever? Initially, no. Like, initially, the version of the Malignant mechanics that you're seeing are not planned to show up in the Eternal Realm. However, we are reserving the right as developers that if we see something cool and we think, wow, this is just fantastic, this should just be part of the game, that we will just make it part of the game. So it is absolutely an option. Some mechanics you might see in future seasons might be that way right away. We might be planning that, hey, this will show up in Eternal Realm right away. Others will evaluate them as we play them and then see if this is working really well. This is something that we want to integrate with the Eternal version of the game.
Yeah, I want to stand just
Always
one second
test
longer.
them.
That's not to suggest that we're not going to be, as part of the season,
He did that and it was a mistake.
intentionally using those update opportunities to create content for the base game, like stuff that will persist beyond the end of the season. But we really do want to hone in on the idea that we're like, Malignant Hearts are very powerful, as we talked about before. They're really, really cool. They're very exciting. We can't add something exciting like that every season if it's expected to all last, because the game's going to be a complete mess.
Right.
So we're not going to do that. What we would end up needing to do is all of those things would be extremely incremental in terms of what they offered to the players over the course of time. And it would make the game extraordinarily dense in terms of what the players expected to do on a regular basis.
And to understand.
We know that there's opportunities to extend things like add more endgame features. We know that there's more content that we want to add to the game in general that like everybody's going to need forever, and we're going to be looking at those opportunities as we go. But things like Malignant Hearts, we don't want to have something of that size in Season 1, then add something of similar size in Season 2, and then Season 3 and Season 4, because the game is going to get extremely dense and difficult for players to navigate.
Without the power creep.
Introduce new ideas, but having known what worked really, really well with Malignant Hearts and what stuff we could maybe have improved upon, we get to take all those ideas forward.
It's also part of the cool factor of the season is that when you're going in, these Malignant Hearts, it's there for the season. So even, let's take a player that, let's say, doesn't like to play alts except of the same class. I just love playing Barbarian. And, you know, I have 3 different Barbarians already on Eternal because it's the perfect
rogue
class.
player, and all you play is rogues, and all you do is build rogues.
There might be a lot of those too. But let's say a Barbarian, that's my hypothetical, I'm sticking with it. So I'm a Barbarian lover and I've made all these Barbarians. Season 1 is still an exciting time to make a new Barbarian because we have all of these new Malignant powers that allow you to make radically new builds that are completely different from Barbarians you played in the past. Your endgame is going to be very different. So that excitement goes away if we just say like, oh, all of these powers just exist in the game forever. The whole idea is that no, every season is a fresh new experience that gives you builds that did not exist previously. So the idea is some of that stuff is always designed to go away.
Yeah. So Joe, I mean, one of the things.
This is Rod off camera speaking.
Rod off camera. Hey, voice
right.
Joe,
yes.
Maybe speak to the fact that everybody starts at the same place of the season is one of the benefits, so that people aren't like a year behind. When
they don't though, because this stuff carries
that's
off.
an important part of this as well.
One
of the reasons we really like the idea of letting players start back fresh and have like an economy reset, players really jumping back in the experience at level 1 with characters, is it allows us to focus on making sure the entirety of that journey is really engaging and exciting for players to go through. And we want to make sure, like by the end of the first session, for example, like you're getting exposed to like the new features and content available that we're introducing in that season. That everything feels like it's balanced in such a way that players can really enjoy the new things that we're adding in the way that they're kind of intelligently mixed with the rest of the features in the game itself. So that we think of that experience is part of what makes a Diablo game anyways, like making a new character, getting those item drops, like building up towards the end. With regards to like the way that we decided to conduct our efforts in seasons for Diablo 4, we think this is a really, really like the prime example of the way that we can make this work.
But I wanted you to hit on the fact that if somebody buys the game,
Yeah.
Lilith said she's trying to transfer
You're
over.
not like fundamentally behind.
yeah, if somebody, like, I'm gonna mess with the camera people. Can you?
Yeah.
You can't even do it, can you? You can't even get there. All we can do is I can just have my talking and stuff. Oh, hey, what's going on? The notion of the thing that we're talking about is that we want, again, the game is a live service. The game's gonna live for years. We want somebody who buys the game a year from now to not feel like they're a year behind when it comes to. So one of the benefits of seasons is in season 4. On day 1, you and I are both level 1. I bought it that day. You have owned the game for a year. We're in the same place. We can play together and have fun
20
together.
hours of
And so as
statue
opposed to
farming,
everybody from
exploration.
this moment on is now falling behind.
No, you're
Seasons
behind.
allows us to have that fresh
You have
start
to do
for
the
everybody.
campaign. They don't have to do the campaign.
That's actually, I could have put it better myself. That serves as a really, really good opportunity for us to make sure that players have a starting point together when you want to come in a little bit later into the game experience. If you've taken a season or two off because something else came out, we want to make sure that it feels like
straight up.
Whenever the most important thing for us in seasons, like kind of going off script in a different way now.
Full map
is that,
exploration.
when you're playing seasons and you're playing Diablo 4, you're having a great time. And when you've reached all the goals and done the things that you think are really, really important, and you want to go take a break to go play something else for a little while, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. We do the same thing.
You don't fall behind.
But when a season rolls and there's new things for you to come check out, that's a great time to come back. Particularly if you had a good time playing before. That's exactly when you should come back and check out Diablo 4 fresh.
Okay, I'm out. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When the next WoW expansion comes out, there's a non-zero chance that I'm going to play WoW for a while. But it's great to know there's a point that I can come back to Diablo 4 and everybody's on an even footing. Yeah.
Question here from Jeffrey Allen, and didn't specify the Steve 4 DI, so I'm actually going to ask both because I think this is relevant to both. Also,
why do you have a new mic?
I actually don't know. But yeah. 2 mics, guys. I'm very
I'm too like Adam. I'm too like Adam.
You have me in stereo. Can you say which cosmetics will be transferring between characters? So for instance, for Diablo Immortal, we'll ask this specifically for Diablo Immortal, and then we'll talk about Diablo 4. But in regards to transferring cosmetics, like if you ended up buying a cosmetic in Diablo Immortal, does that actually also appear on the Blood Knight?
So cosmetics purchased prior to the Blood Knight's release will not be retroactive. However, what was the Mother's Lament set?
Hatred's Heritage.
Hatred's Heritage will be available for the Blood Knight.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So going forward, there will be now new cosmetics available for the Blood Knight, just as they are for all the other classes in Immortal. And then I guess for D4, will cosmetics be transferring to seasons, and will they need to be reobtained? I know this was like a question that we get a lot from people in regards to transmogs, and if you salvage specific stuff, how does that work between characters from Eternal and Seasonal Realms?
Yeah, we've got this all transferring over with you when you go into the new season. And obviously, every cosmetic set that you're via the store and via the Battle Pass, that stuff also is going to be carrying over with you.
Yes, so if you ever unlock anything, your whole account has access to it forever, is the current functionality.
Nice.
I shouldn't say it that way. It sounch like we're going to change it.
Yeah, don't use the word forever, ever.
Yeah. What cosmetics?
Let's see. Nightmare, this from Show Chemo. This is Nightmare Teleport was great, but why can't we just teleport right into dungeons?
You might as well.
Rather than just to the entrance.
You might as well.
So this one I think is interesting because Nightmare, we obviously incorporated the teleport here in 103. It was another thing that we had talked about where it was community feedback that we had gotten, and the team jumped on it really quickly to implement it in a specific way. We have been seeing a lot of feedback in regards to players having to teleport outside of dungeons and kind of go through like a couple load screens. It was a quick, implementation from the team and everything. So I know it's something that we've been hearing from our side, and it's something that we're going to be looking at more here in the future for
it's just an extra load screen for no reason.
and making sure that we can implement maybe in a better way from some of the features that we've been just kind of adding in.
Guys, ask the question you have.
On Immortal, we
chat.
have. Was there some sort of Castlevania inspiration with the Blood Knight? Looking very, very similar to some popular characters from that franchise. Very pretty. vampire-ish people, but not vampires.
I think we discovered Adam's kink, by the way.
Has he gone to his elbow?
Now,
So when he stopped talking about Diablo
that's all
Immortal.
we need to do. But yeah, was there any inspiration kind of thrown with the Blood Knight?
I think, when you're working with a tropic idea in fantasy like vampires, you take inspiration from all over. The spear thing puts us in mind of Vlad the Impaler. The aesthetic, you've already talked about some potential references, but I think for us it's as much like what we take out as what we leave in. We don't want the Blood Knight to feel like a grab bag of all vampiric myths. They are very specifically grotesque, blood, shadow, knightly weapons oriented. And so there were things like turning into mist, like turning into wolves, etc., that we immediately said, hey, these need to be off the table. And so in that regard, I think there's a lot of familiar that we're channeling, but there's also like a very dialed in.
Everybody knows that it's necromancers that turn into mist.
Let's see. In regards to Diablo 4, we have. Will you guys be nerfing or buffing in the middle of seasons, or will you be making changes after the season starts?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So,
this is from Godic, by the way. So there you go.
Okay,
I just wanted
this
to.
is a real person. So yes, this is a good question. So we made a number of adjustments during the preseason period to make sure that we're bringing some builds back into where we expect them to be functionally and performance-wise. When we go into the season release, we do want to create structured moments in time that we're going to be talking about, I think, more in future streams, when we expect like buffs and nerfs to happen. So we have like a regular set of like patches that are going to be occurring after the season is released, where we have like a better schedule, like in cadence when we're talking about these things. We really want to try to reserve like big nerfs and big buffs for only like extreme outlier cases.
Yeah.
And really, things were like really damaging the end game experience for a number of players. So we want to try to keep that more constrained, and we also want to have just fewer general like off-cycle balanced updates and things.
That's reasonable.
So we're kind of keeping things more into this weekly cadence, like we talked about.
Yeah, things will be pretty stable throughout the course of the season, unless, if one of the malignant powers, I know I've joked about them being broken, but if the zone lights on fire when you use a malignant power, we're going to patch that. But otherwise, we're going to try and keep things stable.
I know we're running close on time because we were planning on this stream to be 90 minutes and we're 1 minute away. So I'm gonna
keep going,
lightning off a few questions.
I mean, Adam, keep going.
A big question within chat is obviously about stash space, which is something that we kind of just talked about a little bit earlier.
I'll say real quickly though, like we definitely hear everybody about this. We are talking a lot about what we need to do with this. We've got good plans.
It's fucking trash.
The situation. I know it's frustrating to hear me say like, what you were able to do this, like you could be able to do like nightmare dungeons this quickly, but like the reality is like we are moving really quickly on this, and we're trying to provide more space in the future. We're figuring out how like we're going to get that accomplished.
Yeah, and also one thing to note is I know we talked about during campfire chats about how gems and so forth were going to be part of the materials in the future. So I know when that hits, like that will obviously free up a lot of stash space.
There's lots
for
of different ways to kind of like slice away at this problem. And that's like an example of what we're trying to do to start trying to mitigate this a bit.
And then Jim, the Q guy, asked how much time between seasons. He still wants to level up his main. So in between seasons, obviously, we had talked about seasons lasting 3 months.
It's a minimum of 12 weeks. Sometimes it might be a little longer, but you'll always have at least 12 weeks to complete your season.
Correct. Yeah. So you guys will hear
the calendar dates, right?
But so you guys will hear like no matter what within or like once we hit that 3 month period, you'll start to hear news about the next season actually hitting and everything like that. And then this one, I guess for Rod, are there any plans on new classes coming to Diablo 4? We've just heard about the Blood Knight, so they're
we have nothing to announce at this time.
What a waste of a question.
Rod sitting off camera can answer that perfectly. So that I think we're going to wrap it here for today. Obviously, we talked a lot about all the stuff with Diablo Immortal for the Blood Knight coming out on July 13th. We also have for Diablo 4 Season 1, Season of the Malignant, which is going to be the patch will be on July 18th. And then the actual season starts on July 20th. We do actually have 2 blogs, one on on DiabloImmortal.com and one on Diablo4.com. They'll be going live either right now or immediately after this live stream. They'll have all the details and information that we just talked about here on the stream. Yeah, lots of stuff coming up here for Diablo.
Patch this afternoon.
Oh, yes, and there's a patch this afternoon. You'll be seeing... Oh, I forgot. That's why I have to do it immediately after the stream. I was trying to get out of it, guys. But we will have a patch. We'll have patch notes up on Diablo4.com. We have a patch article that will actually note, and we'll be updating people when that patch does hit. It is a client patch. It will require a download. It will be on all platforms. And, yeah, lots of Diablo stuff coming up here in the next few weeks. Really excited. Happy Diablo family. Tons of stuff coming up. I know we will be rating 2 Diablo content creators immediately after the stream. One on Twitch, which is Barricade, and the other one on YouTube, which is Killswitch. So make sure to tune into those guys.
Killswitch stream?
And thank you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in to
podcast
the Diablo Developer Update live stream. And from everyone here on the Diablo team, we hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, I think overall that was a W. I think overall that was a W. Right? Nah, overall that wasn't a... Wait, what are they typing? What are they typing? Let's see what they're typing. L. Welcome to the chat. I'm trying to read what they're typing. W, L, F, I, W, L... I think it's a W. I mean, it would have definitely been a W had they not had the Diablo Immortal shit in there, because the Diablo Immortal stuff, like, honestly, was so pain champ. Holy fucking shit, brother. Well, no, okay, look. Okay, let's get the paint of it. Let's get the fucking paint of it. Oh, bro, are you seriously not letting me paste right now? Copy. Don't let me paste my fucking bingo over, bro. A second, I'm just gonna do this. It's always some dog shit that stops me from doing this. Okay, because what did we get here? We got... Okay, wait, this is stuff. Okay, so we got... Okay. Alright, default pad, free space. This is stupid. Alright, so we got this one here. Rod Ferguson, I think he did talk about a lot of dog shit for no reason. New tier of gems, yep. New uniques, yep. Right? Stash space, I feel like we're getting +1 stash space. They said new in-game bosses, right? They just glanced over that as it was something small. I don't know if you guys heard. They definitely said... No, they did. They said new bosses. They said new bosses. They said bosses. No, they said bosses. You didn't... Were you not paying attention? They absolutely said new malignant bosses. They said bosses. Plural. Bosses. They're talking about stash space. Well, yeah, they're gonna do the they're gonna have the stash space thing. He said, dude, he asked about stash space, and they said they're gonna update stash space. But it's a process. They're fixing, dude. There will be a stash space fix. They basically just confirmed. Blizzard makes up some fake questions. Easy reset all Paragons button. Yes, we're getting that. Item loadouts. They implied this. They implied this. We didn't care about this, though, or anything. No, we didn't get this. Didn't get any of this. Blizzard Nest, find bells under the ground, leaderboard, map overlay, careless, clan changes, pay to win, stash champs, new abilities, world boss update. All right, well, there you go. There's the that's the bingo. Okay, what do you guys think? Wait, where's my thing? Let's go to the shit that I wanted. Okay, fuck that shit. Where's the shit I wanted? How do I combine this? I want to combine this bitch. I did, wait, what? Okay. Okay, what I wanted was this. Season mechanic isn't just some small mod, but actual in-game activity. It's definitely not a small mod, but it's definitely not like an full activity, is it? It depends on how big the bosses are, they've said. I feel like this is like a question mark. Right? Do you not think this is like a question mark? I feel like this is a question mark. That's a question mark. Nah, they said boss. They said bosses. They said bosses. They said bosses, like implying that it's going to be bosses. Okay, season 1. Okay, Exile Con dates 2023. It's coming out on the 20th. So wait, we get what? There's 8 days. There's 8 days. 8 days. That's a check. That's a huge W. So that's like, okay, so we have like, this is like a question mark, question mark, question mark. Like maybe it's like a 5 out of 10 mechanic. I don't know. That's like a 5 out of 10. So it's not shit, but not good. It's just kind of thing. This is like, okay, 8 days. Right? This one has a question mark, question mark, question mark again. Maybe. This is like a maybe one. What's this? Season features new boss battle. Oh shit! Where's this at? Where's this at? Yeah. Where's this at? Where's this at? Wait, where's this fucking thing at? I think I hit clicked, right? Wait, where's this at? Let's just have a look at that. Wait, let's have a look at that. Season 1. Okay, here we go. Okay, got feedback here, chat? Oh, yo, dude, I've got tweets here, guys. Seriously, guys. Diablo 4 Season 1, 20th today. Log in. Guys, what the heck? I need you to follow my Twitter and like my tweets, guys. For real. I'll move this over here. Season 1. Okay. Alright. A dire threat emerges. A new form of lawless corruption is spread throughout Sanctuary, creating malignant monsters that roam the land, overtaken with this infectious turmoil, minds and lost killing at random. Once you can fight back and harness the power of the twisted corruption to uncover the malignance and put it to an end. Okay. Bro, let me... Bro, why... Okay, dude. You're not gonna let me make it big? You're not gonna let me make it big? Yeah, I'm old, Jen, I'm old. Okay.
I am writing to you because although a great evil is receding,
it's the same trailer.
A new festering curse now spreads its corruption across the land. More dangerous, more malignant than I could have imagined. I have found a way to stop this plague. To rip the dark power of these monsters from their very core and turn it to our advantage in destroying them. But I cannot do this alone.
I mean...
My allies have fallen. My strength...
It should have cut the gameplay.
The malignant are relentless and without mercy.
It should have cut the gameplay.
I need help. I need you.
Yeah, should have kept the game. I guess this is not a non-gameplay trailer. This is a non-gameplay trailer. Like, let's compare that to versus like, okay, let's just compare that. Let's just do a comparison here. What's that fucking thing called? Cock ass. Delirium League announcement video trailer. Let's watch this. This is like a 3-year ago trailer. I'm just gonna compare it to see like what kind of like trailer. Let's just see. Like, I don't know if Delirium League announcement trailer was any good, by the way.
What will you find in the darkest reaches of your mind?
Just straight up gameplay.
Come, step into my world of twisted illusion. Witness the birth of fear. Move quickly through the mist of madness.
And then they also dropped the new mechanics as well, new skills.
And if you're lucky, you'll be rewarded with power.
That's right. Let's add a class skills into the game.
A little madness may expand your mind. Your dream will be your downfall.
Reach plus delirium. Showing with different mechanics and how they interact with each other.
So come, exile, and experience my finest wonder, delirium.
And then does it do Chris Wilson? And then he even does developer commentary.
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Touch the mirror of delirium and your
Yeah, I'm not
nightmare...
gonna lie, that's a way better trailer, right? That's a way better trailer. That's a way better trailer than this. I'm not gonna lie, chat. And then the Chris C-dubs, and you can't even compete with that. I mean, you can't even compete with that. All right, wait. Let's continue down though. Wait, so can I read this? Or what do I? Is this like an index or is this like a thing? How do I see this? Season features. Am I GG Shell? That's a 3-year-old trailer that just got me like giga hyped. I don't know. That got me. Thing is, I guess it's like it's a hype measurement, right? Which gets me more hype? This video here or that video? The other video got me more hyped. It was just more hype because you could see gameplay and stuff, and you know, yeah, they showed new abilities, then they showed new item mechanics, and then they showed new gameplay, and then they showed it interacting with a bunch of different stuff, right? Versus this one was like a you know, as like a what do you call it? Like a what do they call this type of thing?
I am
like
writing to you.
It's like a PowerPoint. It's like a PowerPoint. Like they've got a name for it. It's not a cinematic. No, there's a type of thing it's called. It's called something. No one's saying the right thing, Chad. But whatever. Hey, it is what it is. Okay, a new quest line. Sanctuary has been corrupted, overtaken with infectious turmoil, creating abominations that roam freely. But who is to blame for this new wave of corruption? Partnered with Cormond, a former priest of the Cathedral of Light, to discover the source and stop the spread of malignant at all costs. Wield malignant hearts, new power, defeat these powerful corrupted enemies to harness their malignant hearts. With over 30 new malignant powers to wield, the might of the malignants is yours for the taking. New boss battle. Scour the malignant tunnels to search for the catalyst of corruption. Make your stand against Varushan, the consumed, and uncover all the secrets of the malignant. So they do have it. They definitely have a boss. Yeah, 100%. Oh, what the fuck's this? They definitely have a boss. They have a boss. The question is the boss going to be any good, and why wouldn't they show us any of the gameplay of the boss? Like, is it going to be some level scale dog shit boss that's like you could kill at level 7? Or is it going to be like some fucking... I mean, I'd be okay with it there being a level scale dog shit meme one that like the casuals can fight, and then they could have like a hardcore Uber version of this. I would love to see it if there was a static Uber version, you know, and hoping it's designed well, you know. Hoomlord 2. Have you killed Earth? I'm currently working on it right now. Let me read this now. Well, look at the patch notes. Is this the patch notes? What is this? Wait, what the fuck's this? I'm reading this one here, and then I'll read the other one. Earn free rewards. Seasonal journey complete chapter of the season journey rewards. Getting new legendary aspects, a mastery title, and a scroll of amnesia, which provides a free skills reset plus earn favor towards the battle pass along the way. Seasonal blessings and smoldering ashes. You'll earn your battle pass. Upgrade your seasonal characters with increased XP gains, better chances of very materials and summoning items. Seasonal title, the Eldritch Monster. Cool. Clothing and weapon transmogs. Click the weapon transmog for each of Diablo's 5 classes and artisan's clothing designed to be mixed and meshed with other armor sets to create a unique look for your character. Wait, so the image they were showing the whole time is the paid shit? Wait, so this is what you get, dude. Oh, so this is the free one here. So the clown one is the free one. So to get the actual, like, crazy looking shit, this is the clown one here. Holy, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, this, I don't like this aesthetic. Look how stupid the droid looks as well. Holy fuck. Sork. Wait, is that the Sork or the Necromancer? Probably the Necromancer. That's gonna be the Sork there, right? I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. I think I'm guessing that's Sork. Damn. Mount armor. Wait, what's this? Okay, you click this. Okay, this is the mount. Starting. So you get that. It's like a twist drop mount, dude. Trophies. 666 platinum. Wait, what? You get platinum. They give you coins to like get you addicted to the shop as well, dude. They like give you some. They get you pay for the battle pass. They give you just enough coins, dude. 666. Yeah, they're gonna. That's. There's gonna be an item that's gonna be 670. By the way, that's in the store. There'll be an item that's like 700. Right. Oh shit. On the warpath, emote, accelerated battle pass. Free battle pass, upgrade to the premium battle pass, accelerated battle pass, best value. Holy shit. Best value, dude. Plus 20 emoji. FAQ, what happens to my seasonal character? How can I progress to the battle pass? What is following ashes? What? TS skips. TS skips are currently TS skips are currently that are applied immediately if I'm Yo, speaking of skipping and all this shit. Bro, they're going on about someone who joined into season 1, or season 2 or season 3 or whatever is not gonna be at disadvantage. But already in the first season, people who start in season 1 are already a massive disadvantage. Because A, you have to complete the entire full campaign to like actually start doing the lead mechanics, and the campaign leveling is far slower than normal leveling. B, all the little statues would need to be collected, every single one of them. And C, you would have to explore your entire map. All these things are going to take more than 20 to 24 hours of gameplay time. So you're that average out everything, you're like literally days behind, which is like compounding disadvantage. And all you guys saying like, no, it's good. It's good that they're doing this. Okay, what you gotta understand is this is a slope that you're going down. Okay, they're like, man, it's gonna be so good. You're gonna feel so OP. It's gonna feel so amazing. Do you know what I'm getting flashbacks to? I'm getting flashbacks to Diablo 3. Okay, wherever they're like, man, you're gonna love this new Ramalady's gift. You're gonna just go and do the seasonal journey. You're gonna get your fucking set bonus, and then you're gonna be so OP, and you're gonna just shit on all content. And that's what happened, right? You just log in within a few hours. You've got a 6 set bonus. Literally half the fun of the season is just gone because your character's just OP as fuck. You go immediately to T16, and then you just start farming out ancient pieces of gear, and you get bored, and you quit the season in like 2 days, 3 days, right? So by giving us a bunch of power that automatically transfers into the season, which just means your character starts off being OP, you're already starting to go down this slippery slope of the Ramalady's gift. And it's like, if you're going to do this, if you're going to make it transfer over, why not just say, fuck it. Keep the fucking, the statues and the map exploration purely cosmetic rewards, and remove power from those rewards. So that way, someone who starts isn't actually at a fucking disadvantage. And then guess what? If you start in season 3, give those players, if you're doing seasonal, to just skip campaign regardless if they completed the campaign or not. And then that way, everyone starts on equal footing. There's no fucking bullshit. It is what it is. Right? Like, I mean, straight up. Because you right now, you're heading down a slippery slope of just giving people, power immediately for doing nothing, and you're just creating an imbalance straight away for anyone who starts late. I think it's just bad. And now all you guys are going, leave it out the same. I'll take all this. You just want the advantage. because you're fucking trash at computer games. That's what you want. You just want the advantage. It's bad fucking faith. Okay, what's better? Everyone starts the season on equal footing, or people start a new season. It's supposed to be a full reset, where it's already imbalanced by literally days of gameplay. Like, no, you should not. A point of a season is supposed to be a fucking full reset. You're not supposed to have advantages. Like, look at Instability 01 right now. That can't quit the game at like level 30. He's going to play season 1, and he's going to feel shit. Wait, Instability, how shit does it feel? Wait, what is this? You literally played thousands of dollars. Wait, no. Shut the fuck up, Instability. Instability, how shit is it going to feel for you to log into season 1 and not have the little statues and not have your map explored? Is it going to feel good? Are you pogging out for that? The song sucks. Let's see what he. I want to see. I'm gonna see what he says. I want to see what he says. Where's he at? Where is he typing? Did he type yet? I don't think I can dislike the game more, but yes, that proved me wrong. Exactly. It's just bad. It's bad. It's shit. They should just straight up, starting season 1, just redesign the statues to just give you, give the statues purpose that people can find them. It can just give you cosmetic rewards, whatever, dude. Just remove it. Just get the whole renown bar, shrink it by a bit, and remove the renown from the fucking statues. Like, remove the power from the, remove it. And that way everyone starts off fresh from the start, and everyone starts off with a shitty character, and there's no power creep. Because right now you're immediately introducing some fucking bullshit where people automatically start the game and they just start off being far stronger than they're supposed to be. Just straight up remove that shit. And you're coping. You just what you're doing right now, what this mechanic of like L take, you're just a human being who's not engaging his frontal lobe, not thinking critically, and you're just thinking about loss avoidance. You're like, no, I earned this. I don't want to lose this power. This is my power now. You can't take this away from me. Instead of looking at in the long term and realizing, wait, this is just better for the game in the long term. It's just better for the game. Straight up. The argument is, I don't understand why you want to... Like, if it was an MMO and it wasn't a season reset, and there was, like, benefits to, like, playing the game for a long period of time, like, I would sure say, like, oh, you know what? People who farmed out the shit way back, this legacy content, can have a small advantage, whatever. Okay, this is not an MMO. This is a fucking ARPG. Season resets are supposed to be fucking resets. People aren't supposed to be like, well, these guys played before, right? So, yeah, you start here, bro, and the people who played the previous season start here. They shouldn't, no. These guys who played more will have an advantage in skill anyway and understanding of the game and all sorts of things. So why give them, on top of that advantage, an actual literal stat boost, game advantage boost, time save boost, on top of the fact that these guys are already going to be standing behind anyway, but now you're going to literally put them here. Oh yeah, this is the start, bro. Yeah, you guys who just started, you start behind everyone like some bojo retards, and this is where everyone else starts. Fuck you. These guys are if you're good at the game, you understand the game anyway, you're still gonna shit on these guys regardless. The whole point is supposed to be a fucking resets. I'm not saying you want reparations. You want reparations, you dumb bitch. You dumb fuck. The people are saying that you want these, like, you want like the opposite of reparations. You want to like oppress people for no reason. I'm saying no, start everyone as even as possible. Remove the fucking Lilith altars from the power. Just remove, like get the power from the Lilith altars. Just delete it for season 1. It's fine. It's a new season. Nobody gets power from the fucking Lilith altars. It's pretty simple. Guess what? Season 1, you haven't played the game. If you want to, you can choose to skip the campaign. If you want, you can choose to skip the campaign. Straight up. What's this trailer? What is this trailer? Why do we care about this trailer? I don't care about this trailer. There's an expansion trailer, bro. It's not like... It'd be like compare... No, that's not a season trailer. That's a fucking expansion trailer. Okay, let's look at this one though. Let's look at this other one. Okay. Oh wait. Did we get to the bottom of this? I think I did, right? Yep. Okay, close that one down. Okay, Melilius runs rampant in the first season of Diablo 4. Christian Sanctuary sounds some bullshit. Why does this guy look stupid? It's his fucking expression on his face. The expression on his face, dude. He's like... I don't know. He just looks... Okay, anyway. A deviant form of Lilith's machinations have given birth to a new threat, malignant monsters. These decaying abominations from Sanctuary into frenzy, mindlessly attacking... Wait, I don't get it. I thought Lilith's dead, though, bro. Wait, what? Decaying abominations roam with Sanctuary in frenzy, mindlessly attacking anyone with hesitation. Wanderers will investigate the mysterious melody in the new questline with the help of Cormund, a former priest of the Cathedral of Light who trained you to capture the malignant hearts, fueling those foul beasts to convert them into build-altering powers. The legacies has been taken hold of the burning hills. Armies cannot remain unchecked. You must snuff it out at all costs before Sanctuary becomes its thrall. You watched the trailer already. There's no point in reading it. To keep up with the relentless animosity of malignant monsters, you'll need to turn their hearts against them. By slaying partially corrupted enemies, a type of malignant monster will drop a malignant heart. These can be captured by performing a ritual with the Cage of Binding, an item acquired during the season's questline. Oh, I wonder if this is going to feel like capturing beasts in Path of Exile, or how the fuck that's going to feel, dude. Partly corrupted enemies... and unruly sword and won't go down easily. Trying to capture the heart will cause the partially corrupted enemy to be reborn as a fully corrupted enemy. If defeated, these amalgamations of rot will drop a version of the malignant heart that can be placed into a special item socket. Your jewelry, and your jewelry. Our first season introduced 32 malignant hearts across 4 categories that provide new unique bonuses as you encounter more menacing malignant creatures. So too will the strength of the malignant hearts grow. There's much more to share on the season's theme, and we cannot wait to do so in the future. One of the best places to acquire malignant hearts are in the new malignant tunnels, highly replayable dungeons. Yeah. Highly replayable dungeons teeming with fearsome foes to eradicate. Scour this dank system of tunnels for the catalyst to malignant monsters. Go toe-to-toe against Varshan and consume the newest boss battle if you dare. There it is, dude. There it is. Why would they not show us this gameplay? Why would they not show us this gameplay, bro? For real. Why did they not show us this gameplay? Basic? What is this?
I don't know, dude. After that announcement, man, I feel like they could show a fucking, like, uncooked piece of chicken on stage at ExileCon and I'd be more excited.
Jesus. It's not pleasing the tism, is it? Is it like it's not complicated enough. The Pee-wee artists aren't pleased. It's like needed more like fucking skill tree action, you know? They needed to be a malignant tunnel skill tree. To like straight up I mean, I hope this boss, obviously they're going to have some fucking beta version of the boss, but I hope there's some giga version of this boss as well. I hope there's some giga version. I don't know, does this look like it's going to, like... I was hoping for stuff that was going to fill in the void of endgame. I don't know if this is going to fill in the void of endgame. Depends on how replayable these fucking malignant tunnels are. And is it going to be like a delve? Are you going to, like, explore it and progress through it like a system or something? Like, or is it just a fucking thing? Because he kind of just said, what I understood, like, oh, there's a place you can craft like a key, and then there's like a tunnel, and then you go in or something. But maybe there's a way of progressing it, like an abyss hole. Yeah, it sounded like you just kind of crafted a abyss hole, like a cell. There's a malignant hole in the ground, dude. Yo. How seasonal characters work. Will be available immediately. The option to skip campaign. Or previously, yeah, I just hard disagree with this. I don't want to rant about it, but I think this is stupid. I think this is stupid. Thing is, they've announced all this shit now, so they can't go back on it. But maybe next season they could just remove it. Maybe just next season. Maybe next season. Maybe season 2, they could just be like, you know what? Actually, yeah, it was L. We were just removing it. Okay, so you want me to read this, guys? Fuck it, I'll read it. I'll just read it. I'll read it. How seasonal characters work. With season beginning on July 20th, we wanted to take a moment to equip you with everything you need to know about seasons. To participate in seasons, a new character must be made in the seasonal realm. You don't need to purchase a battle pass or any add-ons to play seasonal content, but you must have completed the campaign to enter the eternal season realm with at least one character. Once you've completed the campaign, any seasonal character will start the game with the option to skip the campaign, the amount available immediately. Previously discovered altars are unlocked, and all the corresponding renown for them. All previously discovered areas in the map revealed, and the corresponding renown for them. Once this is ended, the character you made and its progress will be transferred to the Eternal Realm. All items you collected, including your seasonal stash, will be transferred too. You can take this character into Sanctuary whenever you please, but season-specific features such as Malignant Hearts will no longer be accessible. Our beliefs behind seasons. Seasons provide us with an opportunity to introduce innovative gameplay mechanics into Sanctuary for a limited time. Because seasons reset, we can't create crazy fun themes. wait. Because seasons reset, we can create crazy fun season themes in a vacuum without needing to worry about balancing it with the mechanics introduced in the past or future seasons. We start from a strong Eternal Realm baseline and build upon it. See, I disagreed in this during actually Bandit guy can tell me to shut the fuck up. Fuck that guy. Bro, you can put in crazy cool shit, really interesting stuff, and you can implement it into the game, right? You just don't tie power to it. Just remove power from it. It can be rewarding in other ways, and you can just drop on it. It doesn't need some specific thing that makes your character broken. I mean, don't get me wrong, power leagues are fun. And I'm okay with doing a power league, but like you can also, if a league is just really good, you can design it in mind with like, this could be really badass shit we could add into the game, right? And it introduces minimal power creep, or you can totally remove the power creep from it, right? It's just content. You can just add content into the game, right? Literally just content. You know? Like, because power doesn't equal fun, always, chat. Otherwise, every single Diablo 3 season, when they go, 12,000% more damage, it would just be insanely fun. And PogChamp, guess what? Power's fun for like a day or two, and then you're like, okay, this is kind of boring. And then you move on. Power, I think power can be good, and you can definitely use it. And I think power leagues are cool. You know, it's one of those things. It's just when you're trying to combat power creep, you need to be very careful. But ultimately, you can still make a thing rewarding as fuck, but not add in power creep. For example, you know, this Malignant Heart thing. I don't know. You could make it in a way where it's just rewarding in terms of other things you do inside the season, but it doesn't give you the power anymore. So, you know, whenever you get the Malignant Hearts, there's a vendor which you can trade for like fucking crazy rare items, whatever. I don't know. You get the idea. So, I mean, just stuff that already exists. But a currency that you can buy from, you know, you gotta say, you kill the fucking Malignant monster and it just drops amounts of loot or whatever. You know, it doesn't need to, you can strip the thing that would add in like tons of power creep if the content was good. But now I think the Malignant Heart thing, honestly, dude, I'll be honest, when I look at the Malignant Heart league mechanic, my initial kind of just viewing of it, it looks just okay. It just looks okay. I wouldn't say it looks complete dog shit by any means, but then I wouldn't say it looks like crazy. It's just kind of like it looks kind of mid. Doesn't read chat. Yeah, he doesn't read chat. What do you mean? What am I not reading chat? DM Adam and ask if you die on hardcore and don't have a character to log in with, you not propagate progress. Well, of course you don't. Of course you don't. Of course you don't propagate progress. You can't log into that character. Because I already thought about that. Of course you don't. You have to be able to log into the character for it to propagate. It's like a database, and there's a bunch of like entries, and when you log in, it updates those entries. And if you can't log into the character, it's not going to update. That's the way they literally explained it, right? So if you cannot log into a dead character, so then you cannot get it. Now the thing is, it's like, okay, should they count? I don't know. They're dead, bro. I mean, they should have counted though at the time that they were played. So maybe there could be a patch for like dead characters. So you won't do Uber Lilith on Michael. What do you want about? What do you want about? Huh? I'm confused as to what you're on about. I'm not worried about dying to Uber Lilith on hardcore instability 01. There's cheat death potions. Are you stupid? It's Uber Lilith on hardcore is literally Uber Lilith on softcore, except you just have to use reagents every time you die. Ziz only died because he spaced out, bro. I'm not gonna space out. I've had many attempts of Uber Lilith on hardcore, and I have not come close to dying because she doesn't have a single CC mechanic. You literally can't die unless you fucking forget to use your fucking cheat death potion like a moron, which totally happens all the time to, you know, people. It's like the equivalent of dying to reflect and Path of Exile. I've never done that, and I never will. Literally, I've never done that. I never will. Okay, additionally, seasons, well, I'd say it's a very, very, very low chance. To be clear, it's very, very low chance. Very low chance. Additionally, seasons present an equal playing field. Our seasons are designed for new characters to conquer the nightmarish challenges brought on by the season's theme and progress. It's just not, bro. How much time does the average player play a day? Chat, how much time does the average player play a day? Like 2 hours, 3 hours. So let's say campaign, all of the statues and full map exploration is like what? Let's say 24 hours. So it's like 24 divided by 3. That means you're 8 days behind. You're literally 8 days behind if you know, for the average player. You know? It's just not. Alright, let's continue here. Earn rewards with the seasonal journey in the battle pass as you hunt down malignant monsters for their build enhancing hearts, and partner with Coromon to discover the source of corruption. You'll earn rewards from the seasonal journey and battle pass. Seasonal journey is broken into chapters with tasks to complete. As you progress through the journey, you'll earn rewards benefiting Sanctuary's Defender. This is a new legendary aspect mastery title, Scroll of Amnesia, which provides skill respec. The journey also provides a favor, the resource used to climb through the battle pass's tiers, which was also earned naturally by playing the game, or by killing demons, quests, and more. Okay, let's have a look at. Collect Gallovine, found nearly anywhere. Collect a Malignant Heart, available after skipping the campaign. It's so weird that this campaign skip meta is so fucking weird. Complete dungeon found on your map. Compete an event. Okay. Yep. Is that picture they keep showing us, guys? There it is. There's the seasonal blessings. The season of the Malignant Battle Pass begins on July the 20th, 10 a.m. PDT. Oh shit! What time is that, dude? Time PDT now. Yo! Wait, that sets at a good time, right? 10 a.m. Wait, does that start up when during my stream type? Is that during my stream start? 3 hours ago. 3 hours. That's so good, bro. Yeah. I love this time. This time's great. I love that. Bro, 3 hours into the season? That's 3 hours into the stream, chat? That's so good. I love that. I love that. Empowering gaming. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by the Diablo 4 Season 1 announcement. The good, new military mechanic with some power creep and new build possibilities, which indirectly boosts monster density. New pinnacle boss. Wait, we don't know if that's a pinnacle boss. We don't know if it's a pinnacle boss. We don't know if it's a pinnacle boss. I hope it is. That would be awesome if it was. No, we don't know it. No. They never said pinnacle. At no point did they say pinnacle. They said boss. The thing is, they said boss is. They definitely said plural bosses. You go to that live stream, at some point they said boss is. I fucking heard them say it. They definitely said new bosses. They said new bosses. It was just a comma and whenever they were talking. No, it says there's only one, but they fucking JP, Joey P, said new boss is. And I don't know if there's like minor ones, and then that one is a pinnacle boss. I don't know. New legendary powers, 7 new unique 6. July 20, timing 3+ weeks before next PvE League. Balance changes, new meta, all map discovery, and altars of Lilith with their associated renown. Season 1, yeah. Pay to win battle pass, the bad double tier 5. Enough content for level 700, 100 dual tip up. Yeah, this is what I'm worried about, right? I don't think it fills in the void. Like, unless the tunnel mechanic is far more complicated than they implied, I don't think there's enough content. But what if the tunnel mechanic's like Delve, right? And you've got to go out and or it's like Synthesis, or it's like, what if it's like a little mini roguelite like Sanctum, right? What if we're talking, what if the progression is like, there's more than you just do a key? What if it's like the keys are all connected and you progress through and you end up at a boss at the end or something, right? Like, what if? No stash base? Well, they're going to fix that, right? Hopefully. Quality stuff. Yeah. We're all pretty excited. What would I rate my excitement? What would I rate my excitement? What would I rate my excitement? My excitement for this season, it's certainly not 10. Definitely not 9. It's between an 8 or a 7. Between an 8 or a 7. Between an 8 or a 7. Do you know what? I'm going to go down to 7. I'm going to go down to a 7, I think. I think I'd say 7. I think it's a 7 out of 10. It's like it's an above average season. It just looks like an above average season. It's not slightly above average. It's better than, dude, they got a pinnacle boss maybe. It depends, right? I think it can go up one if the pinnacle boss is actually sick as fucking as badass, dude, and it's Poke Champion. Badass. Now if it goes the other way, right? If it goes the opposite direction, it could be like, yeah. I mean, there's too many question marks. But initially looking at it, I'm hopeful. I mean, it looks hopeful for sure. It depends on how big the new. And wait, where's the uniques, by the way? We haven't got to the uniques yet. Let's keep scrolling down. Apparently, this is the new uniques. How did he get the number of uniques? Wait, how did he get the number of the uniques? Didn't they say that? Stealing Millennium Pass begins on July 20th, 10 a.m. PC. Okay, like that makes me hype, dude. Just the time it starts. I love it when it starts at a good time, because that means I don't have to like fucking, I'm not like 10 hours into my stream and then like it starts and I'm like, oh, Pain Champ. Like, bro, it's a nice day, a nice time of day for it to start. Really good. Bro, doesn't overlap with XL Con. Bro, that's amazing. GG. New boss, GG. New items, GG. These are lots of GG things. Okay. Okay, and hosts 90 tiers. 27th free tiers. I like how like a big number is good. Something that's literally not even content. It's got a big number though. So it's been 10,000 tiers. Infinite. Smoldering Ashes earned from free tiers, which can be spent on seasonal blessings. They provide you with a bonus. So you're getting experience, gold, opals, depending on what blessing you choose. The bonuses can be changed by the season. Yep. If you get the premium battle pass. Wait, can you respec those, by the way? Can you respec the seasonal blessing things? Because that better be a thing, right? Yeah, battle pass is not content, chat. They're trying to sell it like the battle pass is content, but it's not content. Oh god, they're just talking about battle pass. I really don't care, bro. Oh my god, if you get the battle pass, not only will you get the rewards and the free tiers, but you'll also be able to wield as you choose. But a work with sets, mounts, armor, platinum, away for you. Ugh. You purchase the digital looks of the yellow battle pass in the season. Navigate to the shop, select the option to activate your battle pass. Wait, you have to redeem it? Wait, you've got to redeem it for the season? Bro, why would you play that? I hate that noise. Players also have the option to skip tiers by spending platinum at a cost of 200 platinum per skip. Even though that your tier skip might unlock tier rewards. But unlock a tier reward that requires smoldering ashes, but you must earn a certain character level to claim them. Oh god, I hate reading this part. This is Pain Champ. We're dialing up the heat in the shop with new equipment, and accessories. Mount armor bundles. That will help you have you slaying the star. Starting on July 20th, you want to pay TGL a visit to browse our wares. Remember to check back often as she'll update her stock throughout the season of Malignant once such a... Bro, when I read shit like this, like, it literally makes me go to sleep. Holy fuck. One such rare field find from the far fetches of Sanctuary is Mother's Protection Collection. It's pictured in the above Necromancer, but is unique look for each class. Wow. 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 Wait, where did Empyrean get that number? Where did he get the unique number? What post did he say that where they said numbers? What are we talking about? Where was it?
I don't know, dude. After that announcement, man.
Oh. Wait. Oh yeah, what the fuck? I missed this. I skipped it. Yeah, you're totally right. What the fuck? Yeah, I did. I skipped it. 6 new unique items to discover and 7 legendary aspects to earn along the seasonal journey. So they mustn't be class specific. But wait, during the live stream, didn't they show a fucking thing? Where's the live stream at? Where's the live stream at? I'm 100% sure that they show something. Oh, fuck. 100% sure that they show something. Oh, fuck. 100% sure that they show something. Help. Diablo videos. Yeah, how's it go? Oh, bro, how am I gonna find this?
And
am I gonna have to find this?
The player fighting a malignant creature, powerful, but then when you go in and hit new power in the
bro, there's no shot.
Really allow us to do 3 different types of colored sockets, but there's 4 different types of malignant hearts.
Sucks.
Well, okay, I guess I will. So the last malignant heart type is called basically.
Guys, read here. The cage heart of the Pinkana can be circuited into vicious malignant circuits found on jewelry. Once inserted, hearts can be replaced, but not removed. Oh, you can't get them out. Ooh, that's kind of yeah. So you got to put them in, but then you can't take them out. Critical strikes electrically charge the enemy for 2.89 seconds, causing lightning to arc between them and any other charged enemies, dealing 64 lightning damage. Causing lightning to arc between them and any other charged. Okay, see. So every time you crit, you do 64 damage to that target and the targets that also have the debuff. It could be kind of like decent. I don't know, it seems kind of shit. But it arcs between them. I don't know, that's kind of maybe it gets way better. What is that, 266? I mean, that is really low, isn't it? I mean, it's going to be a percentage of your weapon damage, right? So it's going to be, it'll be decent, I'm guessing, at some point. Wait, do you guys have the fucking screenshots of the other shit? No, what was the thing that what do I want to look at? 100% wanted to look at something, bro. That Diablo Immortal part lasted so long, holy fuck. I wanted to look at... Fuck, what was it? They showed something. The aspect. I want to look at the fucking aspect. It was here.
Aspect of it, because I know there are certain things. I'll pick a stupid example. It's like maybe I hate sellers for some reason. I'm a seller hater, and so I never want to complete a seller.
The aspect.
The fact that I can advance chapter 1 to go to chapter 2 without ever doing what lurks below.
They're unique. This is gonna be a meme, isn't it? The fuck is that, bro? It's fucking weird.
I think that's great because that's like I find you get into situations. I have other games where they're like, you must do this thing that you really don't want to do in order to progress. And the fact that I don't have to do that here, that I can choose a subset of things.
Oh, there it is.
The next chapter. So I think it's really cool. So like objective to objective, you're going to be earning favor drops, which we use to fuel your battle pass, which we'll talk about a little more in a minute. But you're also, for your chapter completion moments, you're getting big drops of that favor. That's going to use like experience point value for your battle pass. But you're also getting some like item rewards, and importantly, you're going to unlock.
Charge calls forth for ancients. Also charge, dealing 50% of the damage. Wait, what the fuck? So that's specific. I hate that shit, man. I hate that shit, man. Why are they designing it like that? People fucking rage. Make this, just expand the skill tree and don't add in fucking uniques like that. Fucking molding, brother. Fuck am I, dude? Wait, so that means 7 new legendary items, and okay, the one we've seen here is class specific. It's a legendary aspect, bitch. It's a legendary aspect, bitch. That's a legendary. Yeah, you dumb cunt. That's what I'm saying it is. You stupid motherfuckers. What the fuck? You think I'm fucking retarded? You think I don't know what a fucking legendary fucking aspect that is? What the fuck? Holy shit! So that means there's what? 1 to 2 per class, probably? I mean, it depends. Maybe there's just one specific. Maybe the next one's generic. Let's see.
Blocking new legendary aspects. Ones that you can't normally get.
Not specific again. That means you're gonna get 1 to 2 legendary aspects per class. It's not like 7 that could be. It's not like 7 potential build defining ones that could be used across all the classes. Well, that we've seen 2 of them, and they're both specific. Two new skills. No, they got okay. No, there's no new skills. So there's 7 new legendary aspects. But wait, what is that? There's Druid, Sork, Rogue, Barb, Necromancer. Right? That's it. I'm gonna do the math here. 7 divided by 5. That's 1.4 aspects. There's 1.4 aspects per class. So you're gonna pretty much get there'll be pretty much 1 legendary aspect guaranteed for your class. But now they could be multiple though. I'm guessing they're gonna do this. Class specific, class specific, class specific, class specific, class specific, and then there'll be generic, right? That's probably what it is. So there'll probably be 5 specific ones that are like just like a set bonus build, whatever. And then there'll be 2 that work across the rest. I think it should be I think that all the specific to class shit should just be on a fucking skill tree or on a Paragon board somewhere. And then every single legendary fucking power should work across all classes. To, let's use combinautics to make like insane levels of combinations, not this fucking shit where, oh, here's your set bonus build, equip your landslide fucking legendary with your fucking landslide shit. Yes, combinautics chat. You guys know about combinautics? Yeah. Oh, combinatorics. It's a real word. Using combinatorics, chat. Combinatorics. Is that better for you guys? Combinautics. It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying it should be. That's what I'm saying. 6 unique items to discover. Do we get it? Did we get to see a unique? Did we get to see any uniques? We didn't, right? Because I would have seen that.
Like dungeon completion, and also many of our new legendary aspects we're adding in the season. If you're playing the seasonal realm, you can collect that for your Codex of Power by going through the journey. So it's a great way for you to introduce yourself to some of these new things as you're kind of
I love this. Like one of the things that's hard about, for people who know Diablo 3 and its sort of journey.
Hold on, wait. Do you love this?
I love this.
Oh, actually,
I love this.
Okay, did they highlight anything else that I wanted to pause on? Because I definitely wanted to look at that. Fuck. Was there anything else that they showed during this fucking thing? Chapters 5 aspects per character. You're coping, mate. You don't think in their PR they would write like fucking 25 legendary aspects? Why'd they write 7 here? They would have at least, or they would have written 7 aspects per character or something like that. Yeah, the bosses mentioned. If you can be bothered finding that, you can find them say bosses. He definitely says bosses plural at some point. But I have no idea during that 2-hour fucking video where he says that, so. Confirmed. Just admit this is terrible, and you are disappointed. It will feel good just a minute, Quinn. It's because I hate watcher. It's easy. Why can I time out? It's time out for like 5 days. Not even a sub, dude. Fuck that guy. Get out of here with your fucking hate watching trash, homie. Get out of here with your hate watching fucking trash, brother. Straight up, homie. Straight up. Okay. So. X emoji. Got an X here. Paragon board. SSF flag. X. This one here. Baby. Yes. Check. We got a check emoji here. We got an X emoji. This one here is maybe. This one here is X emoji. It's X emoji. So, I mean, whoa, Gettle, jeez, Louise, what's going on here, Gettle? Wait, no. Why do you? I'm streaming, girl, streaming. Okay. Yep. Maybe she's doing the thing which she messaged me about a thing. She gets fixated on like a thing that she wants to do, and then she wants to fucking now. All right, she fucking right then and now, when it could easily it could easily pop off. Help your wife. She's good. She was just asking about XLCon. She's just asking about XLCon. She didn't want money, bitch. No, she's asking about ExileCon. Just seeing if seeing what's going on with ExileCon. I don't know if she's yeah, what the hell's going on there? We do need to talk. Unpause TTS. I do need to unpause the TTS. That is true. Yes. Let's open up Diablo 4.
D4/10. F these ads. Can we skip this immortal shit, please?
No. You. Oh, we're in the
Can't wait
patch.
for Diablo 4 Diablo Immortal Season of Pay to Win.
What's the new
Greater
patch?
than Immortal.
What's the new patch? Where's it at?
Dog shit 4.
We want some fisticuffs right now, bro.
Turtle.
You let it, Quin. Good looking, yo. No shades. Thank you, brother.
43 months. Let's go.
30 minutes until patch.